Konnichiwa guan mina slimes. Am I muted? Please don't tell me I'm muted. Let's not be muted this stream. That would be nice. How are we doing? Right, let me adjust. Yes. Perfect. Can you see me? Also, hi. Look at this hoodie. It's really silly. Wait, hold on. Well. And then also... I hope you guys enjoyed that demonstration. Not a sponsor, unfortunately. That would be cool, though. No video? What do you mean? Is there no video? Oh, good now. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Hi. Hello, chat. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Hi. Ooh. Wow. Lighting is just falling today. But, hello, Willem. Is that pronounced like William? Doris says swag mode on! Swag mode is on! Swag mode is on! What are we gonna do now that swag mode's on? Okay. I see. We're already in swag mode. Hello. I bothered straightening my hair today. I don't know if you can tell. But to me that's a big deal because it means that I put extra effort in. Oh, and also, for everyone who didn't get to see the first 5 seconds, I'll do another demonstration, because look at what I got. Marcus says, hey, Tuxedo Mask says, what it do this. How are we doing today? Konnichiwa guan mina slimes. We're back to our same old shenanigans today. Oh, let me pop out chat with Twitch so I can look at you guys at the same time. Are we ready for Mark Fisher today? Oh yeah, I forgot that there might be a little bit of a delay. What did I learn today? Ooh. Enderman hoodie, yes! We got an Enderman hoodie. I'm very happy with it. It makes me very, it's so comfy too. I will say, Twitch has less of a lag if you want to look at me on Twitch instead. Also, we have a new goal set for Twitch. For those of you that don't know, I'm going full-time. I'm going full-time streamer, not really streamer, like videos and, well, not video essays. AAE says, hello, let's go. This shall be entertaining. Yes, it shall. We're really just reading today, I'm gonna be honest, but, and I'm going to flash the hoodie every so often because it is just so much fun. Look at how long these sleeves are. Like, I'm way too entertained by this. But, yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I am going full time, and that didn't happen. I'm going full time, and it's a little bit terrifying, but I've been encouraged by some people who I really trust their opinions, and, they told me that I have the chops, for lack of better words, and, that means to me. So I am going full-time, and I'm going to actually be working on videos full-time as well, which means that I can do scripts full-time, which means that I can actually get videos out in, like, you know, a insurmountable amount of time. But to do that, I need to, like, not start. So I'm hoping to reach the new goal on Twitch for subs, which is a number. I think it's, let's check actually. I'm totally a professional streamer, don't worry about it. So we're trying to hit 40. So that's 10 extra this stream. If you guys can please sub, that would be the best thing in the world, because then I can get videos out. And that's, yes. So yes. Yep. That's the general vibe, but okay. And also, for those of you that don't know, I'm working on my Le Camp video for the next one. So that's why it's been taking so long. But man speaks like a sphinx. Alas, what can you do? Chris Guitar says, hi, how are you? Oh wait, don't tell me that I'm actually, oh, Hulkzilla, hi! Mark Fisher kills the vibes with every page read? It just be like that. Listen, we're not gonna get on Mark Fisher's case. He was kind of a progenitor for a lot of this stuff, so we really can't, it's like saying, Hitchcock is bad to an extent. Like, someone who is, of course, like, it makes the genre seem almost cheesy now, but it is what made it cheesy in the first place, the one who started the entire thing, you know? Decan is nice. I don't know which nice version of Decan you've been reading. Ooh. I am getting notifications, but I don't know where they're coming from. Why Twitch and not YouTube, though? Cause YouTube, I'm not monetized! I'm not monetized on YouTube, I'm monetized on Twitch. So if you do want to support me and actually, help me, like, eat and pay rent and stuff of that nature, Twitch is where it's at. Cause, YouTube, you need a certain amount of public watch hours, which I don't have yet. I'm not there yet. I'm, like, this close. But it doesn't help that I don't have any videos, or I have one singular video out. What's a good place to start reading philosophy, said Tuxedo Mask? I mean, it depends what you want to, like, do you want to start with, like, an actual fundamental text first? I proved Mark Fisher wrong. I designed a superior economic and political system. You are welcome to search me. Otherness, a new constitution in my video, better than democracy for, wait, hold on. Man, don't come in here and shill your videos. I design algorithms that work while Mark doesn't. Love your channel. Let's talk ontology. Oh man, did me just saying Mark Fisher on this channel just bring everyone who wanted to talk about this specifically? I don't have enough watch hours? Yep, that's what happens when you only have one video out in a corporate job, which you're quitting at the end of this month and now need to, well... Oh, thank you, God of Dwarves, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Yay! Okay, this first one. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Okay, I'm feeling better. Thank you. I just smacked myself in the face with, okay, so these come with, like, little thingies, but, yeah, that just smacked me in the face. I don't know if you guys witnessed that. Thank you, God of Dwarves. I really appreciate that. And also, everyone who has, like, Twitch Prime or whatever, please abuse that. Because they just give you free subscriptions. That's not rude. That's just beeping to interrupt your flow of reading. Just saying. Depends what you mean. Ontology and backrooms. Oh, that's a weird mix. I kind of like that, though. Go on that, Mundo. But the thing is that we usually start these streams out, and let me put it up on screen for you. Or wait, no, I don't have it. We start these streams out with approximately 3 rounds of GeoGuessr to get the brain going. Gotta get the noggin going. And then after that, we start reading. And also, did want to do a bit of Reza as well, because I'm being indulgent today. I'm just being a little bit indulgent. If you allow me such things. TBH, your content on Nick Land is incredible. Oh, thank you, Mundo. That's so sweet. I only read a lot of stuff to make sure that I was very accurate, including really old blog posts that were archived. Now, actually, I checked again to see if hyper-racism was still up on Internet Archive, and he actually took it down, which is a thing that you can do, but it's quite, like, annoying to do. So he actually took down that article. So that's crazy, but I have a screenshot of it in the video. So, yeah. Maybe it is best to wait to quit the corporate job until you're monetized on YouTube. YouTube payout is still the best and would be pretty consistent on a channel like this. Education, yeah, I'm just gonna call you UZ because it's way easier for me to say. Vamonos, yes, everybody, let's go. Yeah, no. It would be ideal if this channel was monetized first. It was more of just, like, multiple things converging at once with my job. And I just realized, like, I am so deeply miserable. And, like, I'd like to just do this and really just put my full edge-a-dussy into it. Why did I say that out loud? Oh my fucking god! I've never really found a channel that actually takes time to elucidate Land's thought and makes it more accessible. Oh, you're so sweet. Honestly, I think it's kind of a problem with a lot of accelerationist stuff, because you just, unless you really know what to look for, you're gonna be really confused. You're gonna be looking through a lot of, like, recycled text often, a lot of, like, mentions of things, and then you have to, like, and honestly, it comes to a point where you're reading Land where you're just like, I might as well just read the primary text that you're sourcing this from, because literally most of what you're referencing right now, I might as well just read the original text, because you're not even, like, you're putting the actual thing, and then you're putting the German text, and then you're putting Jortakel's German text, and you're putting the English translation underneath it, and then afterwards you're kind of, like, using a paragraph to explain what you think about that sort of thing, and then not really going much after that. So what the fuck? But you're a doctor, says Ian Hoeg. I'm good for you, dude. I wish I was a doctor. Subscribe on Twitch. I don't know. But yours is amazingly, bravo. Merci. For all the new people in chat, I actually, oh, Mr. Bantu, hi! Hello. Mr. Bantu knows this already referring to me as Archduke. See? My guy. New challenge. Get 55 words per minute on typeracer.com 10 tries. Helmet. Am I getting subs for this or something? I need some sort of incentive. This is now my living. Eat cheese sandwich with cake and dinner. Haha, that's assuming that I can eat. That was a dark joke. Makes sense. If you need to go back to work, you can always use your channel as part of your portfolio. I guess that is true. I've never actually tried to use my channel as a portfolio before. A lot of philosophy stuff is like physics. People get hyped about quantum stuff, but it's all derivative, tons of mathematical drudgery leading up to it, so it's incomprehensible. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of recycled text. And I think the purpose of a lot of these, sciences, because, well, philosophy is obviously more of like a soft science. Godviewer says, might want to move up tropical name on the stream, covers up the subs and dono goal. True. Let's see where we can put this guy. Over here? We'll put it right here. Yeah, I like that. Teehee, hi, it's Tropical Stuck. Welcome to Tropical Stuck. That's me. Oh, and it's 20 out of 30, but it's actually 30 out of 40, because we got to 30 already. We got to 30. Well, whoa! Whoa, what? What? Okay. What? What? Oh my gosh, thank you. What the heck? What? Thank you so much. Wow, okay. I'm like totally not freaking out. Thank you. Thanks for the subs at Silent Kids Studio. I can clock out now? No, I'm gonna obviously stream for you guys. What are you talking about? What the heck? You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Dark Souls says Killer Bullet. Are you also writing as well as publishing? Continuing to write could be also beneficial. I don't really write too much, although I was thinking of doing something for... Liza, welcome to the stream. Wow, that was crazy. That happened so quickly. I guess we need a new goal now. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. God of Doors. That's crazy. Wow, okay. Wait, I'm going to... Hopefully you guys can see me a bit better. Bleh. Nope, I'm out of frame. Bleh. But, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I'm actually a little bit flustered right now. That was so fast. Thank you. Wow. I would support you, but I really don't like Twitch. Only can like stream on YouTube. It's cool if you only can use YouTube, because actually I have, if you look at the pinned comment or you type !tip, you can tip. And then I also can use that to pay rent, which is awesome. I love paying rent. Dabrowski. I said that correctly, I swear. Whoa! Oh my gosh! What? More subs. Thank you. What the heck, you guys? You guys are awesome. Thank you. I need to like hide my face. You're like, I'm getting really flustered actually. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm so flattered. Thank you, Mr. Von Through. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Tropical's the true god of tours, perhaps. Oh my gosh. Thank you. All these people who are subscribing now, welcome. Yeah. Wow. What the heck is going on? Thank you. A video about Schopenhauer ended up refreshing to see that you were live streaming. Legendary refresh poll. Aw, thank you, Mundo. What is philosophy? Ain't that just the question? I would support you either. Wait, I read this. Vote for people not to wear wigs and stare at the wall. I mean, who's doing that? This wall? This is concrete. Wait, but... Lurler, hi! Welcome! Holy balls, it's a lot of subs. Yeah! Mr. Von Through, oh my gosh, thank you! What the heck? We just hit we hit the goal! Wow, and yet tipping... sorry, why is it not working? It's not showing up on screen for you guys, which is really annoying. I'm too cute to troll? You... Listen, I'm handsome first and foremost. Chat knows that I go by, specifically in chat, I go by he, him pronouns. Why is this? But, you know. Yep, there we go. Mr. Von Through with the explanation. Although in Twitch, it will not show you on, YouTube, so I'll do it here. I spelled it wrong. I totally spelled that correctly the first time. Don't worry about it. Yes, that is essentially the explanation. Biology. Tropical Chad. It is I, Tropical Chad. I don't know if it's only me, but pinned link does not work on mobile. That's weird. Okay, if you just type !blah. If you just type !tip, gives you the same link. So it'll work there, and also everyone who had a problem with oh no, we're shilling Twitch because if we don't shill Twitch, then I can't eat. And I can't transhumanist undertones. I don't know what you're talking about, surveillance art. What are you talking about? That's what a weird accusation. What a weird thing to say and put out there into the world. Um Hit the goal within 22 minutes. UZ? Yeah! That's kind of crazy! I guess we need to make a new one. Found you through Brooks briefly mentioning you on QC stream. Excited to see how things develop for your channel. Oh, Moist Marks, thank you! Wow! Brooks is really awesome. I genuinely really adore Brooks. Like, I could not sing higher praises of the man. So, and I'm really excited to be working with him, but I won't spoil anything, so you'll have to see what's coming up in the future. I don't know what he said on stream, but definitely, dude, if you let me actually shout them out, or I don't know if they have a Twitch channel, but they do have a, God, can I do it like this? Oh no, okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so if you check out their channel, so that's Brooks with DGQC, Julius Guattari Quarantine Collective. Fantastic channel. Cannot recommend them highly enough. Was really what helped me get through a lot of Deleuze and Guattari, because oh my gosh, is it dense? And Brooks makes it really accessible, which I think is so necessary for the environment. And also, he goes through different translations. He has his own problems with certain translations, which I also do with Lacan. So it's really nice to have someone also get me on that level. So I cannot sing higher praises of the man. I truly, like, great guy. Thank you for following Gnostic Demon. Need to get the Lacan video in the bag so you can get off Twitch. Perhaps, but Twitch is like, okay, to be fair, after this month, we should be in the clear for me to work full time on the script. It's almost done, and then I can actually work on the editing part, which I'm excited for. So, Trolls the movie was created by a film studio maker. Thank you, Killer Bullets, for letting us know. Bro, reached its Twitch goal immediately. I know, right? That's crazy. I guess I need to set a new Twitch goal. And also, I don't know why nothing's working on the, on the little side thingy. What the heck? Stream elements, don't fail me. You're supposed to be good. Valley says, I hate Trump. I mean, go on that. No one's stopping you about having political opinions here, except I guess it's not really a political stream, it's more philosophy. But if you're going to say that, then I say back up your opinion, because, I don't know, argue with someone in, the channel, although I don't know who would argue with you. I'm really not sure. My audience doesn't really skew political, more so philosophy. But, yeah, okay. I'm still, like, highly... We hit our goal already. That's crazy. We hit more than our goal. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm, like, flustered. Don't look at me, please. I'm, like... what? Wait, for that, I'm going to slowly, well, let me adjust the goal. Buh. Okay, so it tells me to do 60. That seems like a lot, but you know, fuck it, we ball, I guess? Sleepwalking says, hey, Tropical. Hey, Sleepwalking, how are you? Don't look at me, says Streamer Cinema. Listen. Let me guess, We won't be talking about Fisher today. We will be. I actually for sure open. But, okay. To prove the fact that I will be talking about Fisher, we have capitalist realism right here. Sorry, I already scrolled through, but, so, here. Getting the true background up. There. That's a thumbnail. That's funny. Hassan says, "What? Why are you shut up? What? Why are you shut up?" Okay. Oh no. My so can you now brag about being a professional streamer? It's not paying my bills yet, so no, I can't, but I would like to. That would be cool. Maybe soon. We'll see. But, okay. Yeah, I have faith in actually gonna get through this book in like 2 to 3 streams. Grind mindset. That is true. We are here. I might go on a little bit of a tangent about Reza, because I was thinking about Reza actually today. Fisher got brutally mogged by capitalism. I don't know what you're talking about. I think Fisher got, brutally, well, I say brutally. I say more so like Fisher got, a very unfortunate instance with, very long documented history of mental health issues. Good job, brother. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Wait, okay. Hold on. Sorry. It's hard to do with this hoodie, because I'll show you guys the beautifulness of this hoodie in 5 seconds, but, small heart, medium heart, big heart for you. Thank you so much. What the heck? You guys are awesome. But, yes. Okay, so, for those of you that don't know Ender Dragon, well, yes, okay, so, let me first hit you with the, she's locked in, I'm going off the data. Yes, we have it in the background. We're here to read. The hoodie wanted to be a tent so bad. It kind of is. And you know what? I'm like really loving it. Like I'm deeply enamored with this hoodie. Also, for everyone who's in YouTube chat, here are some fun commands for you to figure out what they do. Because I think you should be able to do a little bit of like, I don't have any ARGs on my channel. I don't know what you're talking about in that sense. But, yeah, Captain, welcome back. But, yeah, we are, there's a bit of lore if you guys are curious, so feel free to, check in on what's going on exactly. Whoa, what? All the bits, thank you. I don't know why these aren't appearing on my screen right now. All these, you guys are spoiling me. What the heck? I'm like more than flattered. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to make sure that the streaming tools are working on, Twitch, because I think that's what's going on here. Unless I'm going, no, it was working last stream. So now I'm really confused. Why isn't it working? Swish, says Captain. Those ones aren't the ones. It's appearing in your bank account. That's the only thing that matters, says Helmet. Okay, Helmet, okay. Listen, you're supporting someone that really needs it, and I really appreciate you so much for that. Like, thank you so much. I can't even explain in proper words how much that means to me. Like, I'm going to get flustered again. We can't do this. We can't. And also everyone who liked the stream on Twitch, or sorry, not Twitch, on YouTube. I appreciate you guys too. I see you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, without further ado, I say let us start with some of this we're starting with GeoGuessr first to warm up the brain. 3 rounds. 3 rounds of I'm holding up 2 fingers. 3 rounds. 3 rounds of GeoGuessr. Warm up the brain. Get it going. I'm gonna need your help though, chat, please, because I'm not great. I'm solidly average. And if you want to check my stats, you can go to Openguessr and look at tropical stuck. You can see how often I get Russia wrong. But, oh yes, thank you, Justin, for the layups and the, there's the Discord, there's the YouTube video out soon, hopefully by the end of this month. When I don't have this job anymore, I can actually focus on the script, which I'm really excited for. It's basically already kind of done, except a certain few parts. But, remember the GeoGuessr stream, so where no geoguessing took place. This is all new for me. Mr. Bonthe, you can't come at me like this. No. I don't have the ego for it. Slay Shot says Iran. What about Iran? Okay. So. Oh wait, you're doing that as a guess preemptively? We don't even have it up yet. Silly. You're a brookie, so it's the most you can contribute to the channel. Justin, that is already a lot, so thank you. I appreciate you so much. Like, genuinely, thank you. Marcus said we got you. You guys are so sweet. Please stop. I'm getting really embarrassed. I'm not good at this kind of attention. Please stop. Mongolia, it's Tehran. Listen. Okay, here's Openguessr for all you silly geese out there. It's loading. Where is this? Where are we? Twin Peaks. Azerbaijan. England. Yeah, it's giving England. Well, actually, let's look around a little bit. It's giving England. Park Farm Road. Wait a minute, this sign looks pretty American. No, it doesn't. Oh, sorry, let me move myself a little bit out of frame. Boop. Ah. Hello. Hi, how are you? How are we doing? I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger so I can be like, rah, rah. Oh, also, for those of you that did not see, this is the most beautiful hoodie I might own at the moment. It makes me deeply, deeply happy. Okay, hi. England, Wales? Is it Wales? I thought they would be more Welsh. Tropical mouse. You can vanish in it. Yes, I can. This thing is huge. It's awesome. I love it. It's like wearing a blanket. Parkersfield, Netherlands, says Slay Shot. How did you... Parkersfield, Netherlands? Slay Shot, can you explain your reasoning, or are you just saying that and like saying it so I can get it wrong? Okay, let's look around a little bit. Amazing hoodie, dear leader. Thank you, Helmet. Thank you. I'm very, very happy with it. Not a sponsor, but if you guys want to like shout me out to Cool Shirts, which is a brand owned by Max Mofo, ironically. Shout me out to Max Mofo And let's see if I can get him as a sponsor, because I want all of this merch. I love this. Westbury Road. Westbury Road. Park Farm Road needs a repave. Yeah, it seems like it, Adam. It really does. Also, okay, Europe, because I'm seeing this. Let's not fool ourselves. That's definitely a European license plate. Chat, what are we thinking? What's this guy up to? He's doing work. Working hard or hardly working. Ooh. These are... Okay. This is very idyllic to me. Like the sort of like Scandinavian style. Is this Scandinavian? And then these little like... These aren't cherry blossoms. These are like... Plum? I don't know. These blossoms are so beautiful mixed with that. And then like this willow tree right here. That's... I love that. It's very, very... I like this street quite a bit. This would be... Parksfield, South Korea, improvement hacker. Maybe. We did see already some spaces. Hello. Hi, Space. How are you? But yeah, okay. Death giving Bridgerton of the future. True. Yo, Max, there's this dude who wants you to know that he realizes underhandedly he's also an Archduke. Exactly, Justin. That's what we need to do. Max Mofo, Max, if you're out there, I want the sponsorship, man. I love your shit. I love your merch, dude. This is awesome. This is freaking sick. And also I cannot recommend, not a sponsor. You didn't hear that. Not a sponsor, but you guys, like, coolshirts.com. Yo, they really got all the good stuff. Yellow license plate. Europe. We're thinking Europe. It's definitely seeming like, okay, let's not go down this street specifically. Let's go back over here. Woo! Hydrangeas. Did you know that at different acidities of the soil, hydrangeas turn a different color? So when you go more up north, you tend to find bluer hydrangeas, if I remember correctly. Or was it more, more pinkish ones? I don't know. But they change color as you go more up north. So UK, yellow license plate 100%, it's London for sure. London. But it looks nice in these pics, right? Don't think it's Poland, but throwing that out there just in case. I don't, because there would be more obvious like Polish things. But no, this is definitely... Okay, so it's a Porsche out front. It's a nice suburb of... I want to say probably close to London, you're right. Ooh, what kind of flowers are these? I can't see. I can't tell. We're in a definitely nice area, Mercedes. Dinkley says, came from our Fisher, stayed for GeoGuessr. Oh, hi, thank you, Dinkley. We're gonna get to, so we do 3 rounds of, three rounds of GeoGuessr. And then, oh, you guys are so sweet in chat saying hi. You guys are so cute. What the heck? Note to Duke. I never monetize no shill. My work is open source, algorithm designer with a better econ and poly system than Adam Smith. That is, okay, I'm a huge Adam Smith fan, so you need to put your money where your mouth is if you're going to say some stuff like that, Anthony. If you want to go into the Discord, we have an economics channel. If you would like to talk about your stuff there, I will curiously read it. Yes, Discord is linked. Also, if you type ! Discord, you can see the Discord there. Or also ! Socials. That also works. But if you really do feel like that is something that you want to talk about because this is something that I'm genuinely interested in. I'm very much an economics nerd. That's what I got my minor in. But if you're saying, because I'm definitely into like algorithms as it relates to general Wonder how often it is countries have English roads named besides UK. Quite often, Adam. But if you do want to talk more about this topic, I am curious to read more. If you're saying that it's better than Adam Smith, because Adam Smith, listen, first off, never even called it capitalism. So also was a professor in moral philosophy at Glasgow. I can't pronounce it properly. I don't want to pronounce it properly. I'm North American, but you know, went to Oxford and then went back to Kirkcaldy just to actually like do his magnum opus. And I've read Wealth of Nations. I find it fundamentally genius. And I've read other works of his as well. He's just really good. So if you're trying to say that you're better than Adam Smith, prove myself with my results. You're welcome to search me. I don't try to force people to listen. Only offering. Anthony, just put it in the Discord, man. Yes. But, okay. So, let's say we're going to do a guess. Why am I looking at Spain? Stop. Yep, load. This is where I wish I knew more, about English geography, but I really don't. You'll hop on Discord? Okay, sounds like a plan. We'll be happy to have you. Oh no, it's socials, doors. Exclamation point socials. Wealth of Nations reading stream 1. You do not want to watch me read Wealth of Nations. Oh my god. Well, 1, I'm just gonna probably fangirl, but, looks too nice for Southeast London, IMO. Okay, I'll take your word on that, said Dangley. Talk a little bit about your personal worldview. I'm curious, said Total Market Dominance. What do you mean my, like, personal worldview? Like, on what topic? Those are where most of the shitty limited series... Wait, Southeast London... Looks too nice for Southeast London. Yeah, it kind of... If you're saying that Southeast London looks, kind of shite, then perhaps we should... Well, let's just say London itself, and then no matter what, we're probably gonna get pretty close. Let's be real. And we don't need a perfect guess here, because we do want to just get through this round. Woo! Okay! Look at that! Wait, hold on, let me... move myself. Yo! 14.5 kilometers. That's impressive. Look at that. Boop. Tell me that's not impressive. I think that might be a bit impressive, if you might agree. Socials. Yes. There we go. Those are my socials. Yes, the crown goes on. Sorry, I do actually have a tiara thing. I should probably get a crown for the sake of, oh, you can't really see. Of everything. Meaning of life, perspective of humanity, future of things, etc., etc. That is a very long thing that I would have to respond to. And I mean, I could. You're probably just going to get, like, eeps of it out during the stream as we read through Mark Fisher. And I want to go through Reza a little bit. Because I was thinking about Reza's work earlier today. And I was like, if we need a little bit of a break, we might read a little bit of Reza as well. But okay, we have round 1 of 3 rounds of GeoGuessr done. So, next round, and then we can get to Fisher. A true king needs a sword and a second monitor. I do need a second monitor. Oh my god, I need a second monitor. It's really pathetic, actually. If you guys would like me to be able to read chat and also do GeoGuessr at the same time, please consider... Oh, thank you for following, Dinkley. Thank you. Hearts. If you guys feel like, showed up and have zero idea what this is, but down for the ride, said Void Productions channel. Void Productions channel, I like the cut of your jib. And you know what? You probably will like it. Reza, like Rega Nega Restani. I can never pronounce his last name correctly. Yes. Definitely, like, like I want to be reading a little bit just because I was thinking about oil as it relates to certain things. Oil as it relates to accelerationism in the more modern sense, like EAC sort of. I don't know. I want to put it in the minds of everyone who's in chat at the moment, because we can do Fisher, of course. Fisher is definitely like the base. Welcome to the void. We're not in the void. But yeah, okay. Let me remove the tiara. I should probably get a crown, realistically. And so GeoGuessr channel, it is not. We're gonna be reading in a bit. So we do 3 rounds of GeoGuessr to get the brain warmed up. And once our brains are warmed up, we're reading. And we're commenting on the reading as well. But usually it ends up being a lot of yapping with chat. Reza mentioned respect, elite ball knowledge. Moist Marks, you're a real one. You get it. You get it. I appreciate that. But let us continue. Where are we now? M17. Looking at the signs. Give me a sign. Oh my god, guys. Facts. Facts. Don't clip that. It is not a GeoGuessr channel. Eastern Europe, Poland? No, because I saw Otto. And the signs, woo, I didn't do that. We got the Cyrillic alphabet. Well, no. Oh, fuck. Cyrillic, excited to hear your thoughts. I often find people who gravitate towards researching super intellectual things become jaded and weird. You seem happy, balanced, red, and optimistic. Balanced red? But thank you. Yes, I try to be. A lot of people in these spaces tend to be really pessimistic, which I think obviously facts. Obviously there's something to be said about that. No facts given, says Testius. True, real and true. Nothing wrong with being cynical, says Rule Wop. Stop, I see you, Stoppy. But the thing is that, like, I think that there's benefit to realism, there's benefit to Bosnia. It was giving Bosnia to me for, like, almost immediately. Okay, let's do our guess really quick. Fuck. Hello, brain. How far are we? E73. Sorry, look at chat in just a sec. I'm looking at, okay, E73A1. But currently we're on, what road is this? No, don't do that. A1. And, okay, sun is over here, over top, facing We're assuming this is an morning, so this will be west going. I don't know my directions like that, man. We're on A1, and then also tools. I saw that. Okay, so we're probably over here. Cause Zenica's here, tools is here, A1 here. We can do. We can do, I guess, like here-ish. How do we feel about that, chat? Balkans, Tools is famous for its salt. Is it actually? Girlfriend is from Czechia right now. Don't count that out. I think it's near Serbia. It is Bosnia. It is Bosnia. It is Bosnia. Yeah. Tulsa and Zenica are Bosnian cities. Balanced. Balkans, yes. Sorry. Catching up on chat. Drop that pin. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Obviously. We're definitely close as Penny. Yes. Ooh! Helmet, thank you for, what the heck, more subscriptions, what the heck, thank you. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm getting spoiled today. Yeah, thank you. Okay, wait, small heart, medium heart, big heart for you, thank you. And also for you, Ender. I hope it shows up, because I can't see. Hi. Hello. Sometimes it can protect you. Cynicism tracks the worst outcomes. Sometimes it can protect you. I think all of these things are frameworks to work through. You can be cynical so much as you can be optimistic, but it doesn't, there are certain reasons for these things being frameworks rather than like actual ways that people can only think in, you know? And I think a lack of an ability to switch between frameworks shows a lack of ability to sort of like be able to think critically in different contexts. Sarajevo is the capital of Bosnia. That's where a famous movie festival is happening. Famous to some degree. True. Cyrillic is used on some signs, but not first in the main language. Meaning former Yugoslavia for sure. Okay. I'm gonna go with this guess, guys. So. Woo! Okay, you were right. It was Sarajevo. I can't pronounce that. I don't know how to do any sort of like Balkan accent. Actually, no, that's a lie. I kind of can. I can do a bit of a Serbian one. But, oh, thank you to everyone who liked the stream as well so far. We're gonna get to, okay, so this is round 2. And honestly, we're doing pretty good. That's 123 kilometers. Not our best, but definitely we're doing good. I should have gone for the major city though, you're right. For sure, well said. Oh, thank you. Just do, just do Nico from GTA 4. What? Sounds Serbian to me. Real. I can't read Cyrillic. I used to be able to. I taught myself in high school and then I completely forgot because I never had to use it. But anyway, okay, so that concludes round 2 of GeoGuessr. Round 2 before we get to, capitalist realism. We're ready for capitalist realism after the next round, which hopefully is not in Russia. Watch it be in Russia because it really wants to dock my score. You pronounced it fine? Thank you. Hee. When did you start streaming and making videos? Happy I found your channel today. I've started, okay, so thing is that I have a corporate job up until the end of this month, and after that I'm going full content mode. So, I started streaming, I want to say like 2-3 streams ago, but, like, I have friends who are a lot bigger than me and have been encouraging me to do so and say that I have the chops for it. And I finally took the plunge, and I'm actually going to be starting to do full content creation as of this month. So, or sorry, as of the start of next month. So, if you guys can support me in any way, like everything goes to my rent. I need like probably like 2K to like be surviving, functional. Like I'll be definitely needing to make more on the side for like probably getting food and groceries and stuff, but I'll figure that out. But that also means that I can put more time into doing videos and getting them out, because I only have one video out on my channel, and that can be easily fixed. I've been consumed by this corporate job that has made me absolutely miserable. So I'm really happy to be actually doing this full time. And if you can support me, there's the pinned comment with the link to tips, but also on Twitch, there's subs, which are extremely, extremely helpful. So, any which way that you can, like, it's super appreciated. So, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to everyone who's already subbed and donated and everything. Like, you guys are awesome. I was, at the beginning of the stream, I got super, like, flustered because everyone was, like, subbing, and I was like, we reached the goal already. Like, what the heck? So, yeah, no, that was huge. So, yes, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who liked the video also already. I see you guys. Just huge hearts to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonder if Google takes pictures in Antarctica. I don't think so, but only one way to find out. How do you get 2K off of this? It's just from Super Chat's ad rev? You got savings? I have savings that I'm going to be burning through, and I'm not excited. 2K for rent? I'm in Toronto, baby! Yeah. What did I miss? Okay. Read a lot of Mark Fisher in the liberal brain. Mark Fisher is definitely not liberal. He's definitely like proto, left accelerationist. Stoked for you're gonna be huge. Total market dominance, thank you! You're so sweet, what the heck? What the heck? You guys are awesome. You need post-structuralist presupposition before Mark Fisher. We've already kind of hit, well, I've hit most of those niches already. Realistically, you already are. Time is simply catching up. You're too sweet, thank you. Getting snacks before Fisher, yeah. Okay, so let's do this last round. We're on round 3 of 3 for GeoGuessr. Thought rent here was bad. I'm moving to a little apartment and paying 1K. What? You only have to pay 1K? With a roommate, I'd still have to pay like 1.3K, and I'm probably gonna get a roommate. Well, even if I did get a roommate, it'd still be like 2K. Quit my corporate job 3 years ago. It was the best decision of my life. Okay, you're making me feel better about this decision then. I've been really freaked out about it. So, hell yeah. Me and my girlfriend are moving to Toronto soon. You're a fellow Canadian. Oh, Canadians, let's go! Yes! Join the Discord. We need more Canadian dominance here. Just to focus on crypto and content creation. You do crypto? What kind of, content creation? Damn, I wish my rent was 1K. What? That would be fantastic. Okay. Final GeoGuessr round. Let's go. We're honing in. I don't know where we are. This looks... RS541. Okay, put your guesses in chat now. Australia? Google Maps thing? Fun, says Hamkerchief. It does look pretty Australian dirt road. Oh, they put us in the middle of nowhere. What kind of bird is this? That doesn't help. It looks like a pigeon. Are we in the outback? The outback. RS. Okay, let's check the streets. And I want to say New South Wales because usually the dirt looks a lot more red when it gets to the west coast. I love that thing where people take Google Map suggestions and check it out in Street View. Honestly, I do really like that. I look through a lot of like stuff lately, especially castles. You're in Norway. Most of the places in Europe are more expensive than here. I have heard Canada's expensive too, so it makes sense. Canada's getting really expensive lately, in the cities at least. Like, it's really bad. Trading animal hides for rent. Great down under. Great down under. South Australia. Just realized I eat like a raccoon. I got carrots, hot chili tatoes, cottage cheese, and some blue and strawberries. I see. Just look around a bit, says Marcus. Yeah, I'm... Here, let's see what's at the end of this road. Well, also, let's see the road. This is A, B, this is RS. Are we singing RS anywhere? Oh, I didn't mean to guess. Don't do that. RS. 95. Wait, RS, what would that refer to? Africa? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Africa now. Not a sign in sight. Wait, what was that? My hallucination, apparently. Locked in from Wales, though. Can't contribute to Australia. Fair. Call it charcuterie. True. See, that's what I no, I just eat like a raccoon. I don't know, most of my diet consists of like rice cakes and like coffee. But I also have ulcerative colitis, so don't eat like me, kids. And adults. I'm pretty sure you're all adults. Cactus. We're in Australia. I don't think. What the shit? Okay, so the flora here isn't giving me much. Dirt road was giving me Australia. Thanks for introducing you to Adam Smith. Not really a huge economics nerd, but it's interesting. Honestly, Adam Smith is really, really a great philosopher, author. Well, I mean, he was the professor and in charge of the department for moral philosophy at Glasgow. I'm gonna pronounce it improperly because I'm North American. It's Glasgow to me. Everyone to see Welsh places. I'll be so prepared. I would love... Okay, I've wanted to go see Welsh castles so badly. Like, you don't understand. Like, I've been thinking about this for, like, half a year. That's a large cactus. Yes, it is. Cat meal. Yes, it is. Cat mile? Brazil? Marco? Is it? Yo, real talk, though. Why did Adam Smith invent the visible hand of the market and then not have the invisible hand do all the work so no one would have to work? Yo, so true. So true, Dankly. If only Adam Smith made the invisible hand actually do all the work as well. Then we'd have fully automated luxury communism. It's really gonna become Tropical Count. Count Tropical. Ho ho ho. I am Count Tropical. For those of you who are new to the stream, in chat, specifically, I go by he, him pronouns. Why? But, if you type !male, it'll give you an explanation. And also, I'm also referred to in male signifiers. So there's king, there's brother, there's father, there's priest. I've gotten daddy recently. I am Tuxedo's stepfather. What else? Duke was the one that gave me a lot of dopamine. Also, I've always wanted to be a knight. So, not like sir or knight is very high up there. But, yes. And also feel free to give yourselves signifiers as well. Dulbadarn Castle, my favorite and where you were born. Really? Cannerforn Castle. Okay, I need to add these to my list. Can you guys put these in the Discord, actually? Because I have an entire list on Google Maps of castles that I want to go to when I get to the UK. And, like, I want to go to Ravenscraig in, Kirkcaldy, which is in Scotland. So I'm really excited for that, because there might be an Adam Smith video coming up, and he might have written his magnum opus where he was born in Kirkcaldy, where I might want to see Ravenscraig for myself, because it is quite a beautiful little establishment, and by little I mean quite big. But yeah. Thanks for subscribing, AJ. Unsure why I persist other than, oh yes, thank you, Doors. Adam Smith is so bad, we should straight up call him outing bad because of his badness. Void Productions, I disagree fundamentally. Adam Smith is really good, and if you've read Wealth of Nations, you would know why. Unless you've read Wealth of Nations, then you should know why. What did I miss in chat on Twitch? Sorry. Like the Phoenicians invented money. It's just not enough for everyone. Phoenicians weren't the only ones who invented money. Chief, Great Unk. Personally like Chief or Count. Grand Emperor of the Galactic Dominion. It doesn't, see, Grand Emperor, I guess it is, because it would be Empress if it was, of the feminine. So, yeah, I guess Grand Emperor works. We do a castle tour in Germany, too. I've never been to Germany. I would like to, though. I would definitely do that. The reason, Moismar said, the reason for it should be having a phallus to keep the Lecompte themes lately. J'arrive, says Dying of Nothing. I feel like people dislike Adam Smith just because they think he invented capitalism. No, he didn't even call it capitalism. Read Wealth of Nations. But honestly, Adam Smith is, like, just fantastic. He was obviously, he went to Oxford, went back to, Kirkcaldy, was the head of the Department of Moral Philosophy at Glasgow, I'm going to pronounce it improperly. UKers know that I'm a North American, and I will pronounce all of the consonants in the word. So Glasgow. Castles are overrated. I've never seen one in person. I'm North American. I see, like, forts and stuff. Mostly just trolling. Got here and you seem like a lefty. Yeah. But lefty is, like, just more so in the sense of, like, I believe in humanitarian ideals and egalitarian ideals. I don't think that's a bad thing. Dankly, that's both. I can show you around a bit. Ooh. I would love to see Germany. But you've done Deleuze reading on this channel? I thought you only did Nick Land. No. I've done a Nick Land video, but I don't do Deleuze. Deleuze is, he's honestly, I leave that to Brooks. Brooks is way better at it than I am. If you guys want to see anyone reading Deleuze and actually doing a really good job, cannot suggest the channel DGQC, so Deleuze Guattari Quarantine Collective by Brooks, and I believe another person whose name I'm forgetting at the moment, but Brooks does these readings and they're fantastic. I'll shout them out in chat for you guys to see. I've shouted them out earlier, but cannot suggest them enough. Like, really. Brooks is fantastic. Wait, why did it put my... That's so weird. You change the @tropicalstuck to @DGQC, it'll show up. In Norway, we don't have any castles, only World War II bunkers with weird white foam on the walls for mysterious reasons. Oh no, Dankly. Oh no. Yes, commands are there. Hi from Japan. I have a meeting and then I'm going to try to come back. Oh, hi, this is Satori. Hi, Satori. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Terminator 2 is the greatest action film of all time. I've never seen it, so I have no opinion on that. But okay, let's get this guess out of the way, because I want to say Australia, but man, I don't know. I'm going to guess New South Wales, because I want this to be done so we can start rating already. We're perhaps a bit behind. Oh, it was Brazil! Oh, no! Oh, that's embarrassing. You guys didn't see that. That's awful. Somewhere random like Brazil. Kenny Penny? Had you said that before? Oh man. I'm not even gonna show you. That's really bad. That's really bad. I just messed up my score. No, we were doing so well. Deleuzian post-structuralism is anti-humanitarian. No, it's anti-humanist, not anti-humanitarian. Deleuze, especially towards the end, was very much so humanitarian. He was anti-humanist through and through, but humanist and humanitarian are two separate things. So that's where they diverge with mainstream liberals. They think that humanitarian ideals are just some fake model society plus puts out as representation, but isn't the real. Damn lol. Thought they were the same. No, separate things. So humanitarianism is more so based on the premise of the human life should be allowed to exist, and also humans should get rights. Humanist is more so the thought process of humanity puts itself on a pedestal as it relates to history and just the general views of the earth. So if you think of Donna Haraway, Bruno Latour, Deleuze-Guattari, they all are anti-humanist, but they're not anti-humanitarian. Think of Donna Haraway. She's definitely she's transhumanist feminist type. So she's speaking more so on the humanitarian, you mean Enlightenment stuff. Yeah, I got you. My bad. No, you're good. Happy to yap about this. Yeah, Haraway is. If you read the Cyberwork Manifesto, fantastic read. It's also linked in the in my Discord. I believe in literature. It might be linked in the Access channel though. But human rights. What's next? Women wanting to vote. I think everyone should vote. Humans should have, what was the last word? Sorry, I'm an American. Rights? Human supremacy over clankers. Hey, we don't say that word here. Oh yeah, pro-humanitarian sounds nice. Anti-humanist gives such a sinister vibe. Since I can say humanitarian, I guess. You never heard of it? Cereal spill. Listen, I'm North American too. We got it. We've got it. Wait, hold on 1 second. Da, 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 da. Who's she? She? Who's she? President doesn't seem to know what they are either. President Trump doesn't know what humanitarian ideals are? Crazy. What a concept. You're in Nova Scotia. Have you ever been? No, I really want to go though. Oh my god, it seems beautiful there. I would love to go to Nova Scotia. Capitalism, it's real. Tom, never change. Is there another round? Just got here. Nope, we actually just finished. And I did horribly, and we're not looking at this. Look away. Stop. Don't look at that. Ah. Hello. You can't see anything. I didn't do a bad guess. What are you talking about? Brazil, yeah. Brazil. What was clipped? What was clipped? What? President of the United Nations Human Rights Council. What? Miss Geo? Yes. Okay. So let's, with this, we've done all rounds of GeoGuessr, which means that it is time to switch to a more realist perspective. It's not really realism, is it? But, Australia, land of the sodomite doomed. I can't do a British. I can't do an Australian accent. I used to be able to do a really good one. I need to practice my accents more. I've been slacking. Crikey! Same hemisphere still counts. Look away. I didn't do badly. Listen. I didn't do badly at all. I don't know what you're talking about. But okay. With that, let us the thing about wearing this hoodie is that it's quite large. And it means that I also smack myself around with these little thingies. Some old timer named Cam told me if I was ever in Nova Scotia to look him up. Cam. Interesting. Love to know what they say heaps means lots. Like, I'd like to heaps gay sex, please. Wait, what? Really? No way. No, I need a clip of that or something. I don't know if I believe that. Can you get someone to cut streams into clips and book convos for you with other streamers? That'll help with money when you switch over. Honestly, Void, I need that. Yes, that would be really helpful. You're preaching to the choir, but you might see that there should be some guests coming on soon. So I don't know. I might have set it up. Maybe perhaps the next stream. Who knows? Maybe, so I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And, sweet, just in for my Pizza Hut meat lovers pan pizza delivery. That is very specific cool cottonwood. Tropical feet Nietzsche. I hope it never comes to that. I don't know, Nietzsche and I would probably be in the same room and just be like slightly uncomfortable around each other. I don't know, maybe it'd be cool to pick his brain at least, but we're pretty cooked. Tropical be like, ew, a German. No, I like Germans. I just can't pronounce German for the life of me. Germans don't like me because I butcher their language. Reducing hours at your job as the channel has been growing and the interim period is really tiring. Yeah. Preach. I just had chat take over my screen, which is not what I intended to do. You'll teach me, said Mr. Bontu. I might need it, because I'm really, really bad at German. You can check out the VODs of other streams that I've done where I've had to read German out loud. I'm terrible. Very, very bad. Nietzsche was just a BPD girly. Blah! That's actually kind of... Why is that kind of accurate? AKA syphilitic 19th century man. Literally. I feel like Nietzsche would be uncomfortable around any people. Well, he's fine with horses. See, you're the takes master, says, Dying of Nothing. Yeah, you might be winning that title. He was not a chud, said Cat Me. Well, I mean, okay. A lot of chud philosophy came out of Nietzsche, but Nietzsche himself, I would say, was definitely he was like proto-chud as it related to like the sort of like might makes right mentality of a lot of his works, but at the same time he admits to himself not being like the ubermensch, but he kind of makes a little bit of an exception for himself. So I don't know. We'll call it proto-chudism, and obviously it lends itself very well to more fascist themes, as it was later on used as propaganda post-mortem. Rough. But, yeah. Was he the first incel? No, he definitely had prostitutes. So, he wasn't celibate. But, it's probably how he contracted syphilis. Imagine a sickly, trembling loser being obsessed with strength. Oh no, you mean like most of the people writing theory online? He was manosphere though. Ah! No. Because manosphere is still kind of like optimistic to an extent, and he definitely takes like a very cynical approach. But, he was not a chud. Proto-chud. Alex B says hi. Hi! Yes, I do. Okay. Class. We begin all endeavors. Ooh. Sorry, I'm trying to have everything on screen at once. I need a second monitor. Oh, thank you for the bits. Oh my god. Thank you, Helmet. Thank you, Helmet. Very 1991 stand-up comedy stuff. Wait, he does have very comedy Def Jam takes about how females and fellas can never be friends. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I didn't read Nietzsche's primary material, TBH. Mostly secondary source. They make him sound way better, if anything. His personal takes on women outside of his philosophy are crazy, though. Yes! Mostly because he was kind of obsessed with this one woman who ended up marrying his friend. So, rough, buddy, but, it'd be like that. Oh my god, Doors, what is Doors saying? Why are you not making video essays? Sorry, I know I just showed up, but I feel like your ceiling can be so fucking high in this next stage. You just gotta fucking go for it, man. You are so sweet, Void Productions. I just need to be able to pay rent. That's it. I just need to be able to be monetized on YouTube and to, like, because I have these thoughts in my head all the time, and I have them written down in scripts and everything. It's just a matter of, like, production taking so much time. And, like, that's why the sub goals on Twitch are so important, because it's like essentially what would keep me afloat, so I can actually get these videos out that I all these things that I would like to talk about. Why do you look at this personal life outside of his philosophy? That seems unfair. No, I think I look at his I don't look at his personal life solely. I think a lot of his anecdotes are quite funny, especially the horse thing. But because for a while, my Twitter account was me just, like, I think my bio was, like, Nietzschean horse posting, and all I would do was, like, repost horses. But, no, his philosophy itself, I think there are a lot of really great elements to it. But not all of them, and a lot of them lend themselves to a very might makes right mentality, which is why we got it as a lot of propaganda post-mortem by the Nazi Party. So, Meat Bagman said, sup. Sup to you, Meat Bagman. Oh, sorry. That was meant to someone in Twitch chat. Oh, okay, Catme. You gotta give... Wait, what? Sorry, catching up on chat. You gotta give Nietzsche this. He did have some sort of, sorry, this Marx guy actually seems okay. Comment in a friend that contextualizes anti-socialism. Comment to a friend. To be fair, Marx hated socialists too, lol. I mean, look at what he said in the Critique of the Gotha program. But, they'd be lined on that. That's what I mean. His brief remark on Marx recontextualizes anti-socialism, purely anti-utopianism, or anti-Fabianism. So many of his takes on women end up attributing them precisely to the things that he champions, gets weirdly entangled. Yeah. I think he's also like Nick Landwehr. Blah, what happened? Oh, thank you for following, Gnosiris? Did I pronounce that correctly? Gnosiris? Gnosiris? I like pronouncing the G. Ooh, that didn't happen. Nature Def has Asmongold vibes. Oof! Oof! Well, if Asmongold had actually, like, good takes occasionally. To be fair, I did originally watch Asmongold when he was never political. And only had kind of, like, sort of, like, he wasn't grifty. I guess he was grifty, but it was more so just, like, the... do what you're good at. I live, like, the way that I live because I know that people watch me because I look like I live in filth and I don't take care of myself. But if you're good at being an accountant and you want money, be an accountant and make money. Don't be a streamer. Do not be like me. But yeah, and now he's on his weird grift that I haven't even bothered watching any of his streams since because it's just been like, I don't know, I get the drip down feed of it and I'm like, what a fall, you know? Is it true? I feel like Asmongold was always anti-SJW Gamergate type. No. I mean, like, he was very much in, like, I would say realism. But, like, there was a reason that he got along with other female streamers, you know? He was just waking up, back when he was just waking up to a rotting rat carcass and smeared gum blood on one wall. Maybe it was just my read on him. How can Asmon survive on candy, bro? I wish I could. Looking away. He's not grifting. He definitely believes his takes. Helmet, I don't know about that one, buddy. Doors, what did we say about slander? You're a bot. I can remove those privileges. Meatbag Man says, I need to fix my name, forgot to change it. Nietzsche was heavily influenced by Ralph Waldo Emerson, particularly his ideas of oversoul and self-reliance. I'll have to look more into that because I vaguely remember that, but also I remember him, like, later on recanting that sort of idealism. Not idealism, it's not the right word, but, like, idealization. He's on his White House press poll arc. Not as cool as it sounds, says John. Interesting. Is he actually? That's weird. Duke sweeping for Asmongold clipped. Helmet! No! 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 I didn't even sweep for Asmongold! What are you guys talking about? You guys are... No. Would not sweep for Asmongold. It's like saying I miss the old Kanye. No, it's not like saying that at all, actually. But okay, so let us actually, I just made myself very much take over my entire screen. Mark Fisher's a writer, theorist, and a teacher. His writings regularly appear in Free's New Statesman, The Wire, and Sight and Sound. He is a founding member of the Cybernetic Cultural Research Unit. He is now a visiting fellow in the Centre for Cultural Studies at Goldsmiths, University of London, and a tutor in philosophy at the City Literary Institute, London. His weblog can be found at kpunk.abstractdynamics.org. He is married and lives in Suffolk. Tropical slander is basically just he is actually a woman. Yeah. Every time chat says something like that, it's slander. Any other J6 alumni in here right now? What? Did you get your payout yet? I haven't. Sending back and sending by. Visiting fella. Asmongold is 100% a grifter now? Yep. but okay. To my wife Zoe, my parents Bob and Linda, and the readers of my website. Contents. I'm not gonna read all that. I ain't reading all that. Big fan of your creepy prison choir, bro. Wait, what? Depressed 4-inch 40. Huh? Explain yourself. Huh? It's easier to imagine the end of the world than the end of capitalism. In one of the key scenes of Alfonso Cuarón's 2006 film Children of Men, Clive Owen's character, Theo, visits a friend at Battersea Power Station, which is now some combination of government building and private collection. Cultural treasures, Michelangelo's David, Picasso's Guernica. I can't pronounce that for the life of me. Children of Men, Kino. Haven't seen it. Children of Fellas. Also haven't seen it, but... I might need to grab some refreshments for this chat because my mouth is already getting dry. And you know how it is to try to read while your mouth is going... and then you choke and you die. So I'll be right back. But perhaps entertain yourselves. Give me your favorite early 2000s movie while I am gone. That is your task. Turn up your mic a bit, please. Oh, yes, I can. Is that better? Question mark? But give me your favorite mid-2000s movie in chat, and I'll be back in max 5 minutes. You can count. Set a timer if you want. My mods can actually set a timer. Set a timer for 5 minutes. And I will BRB. Konnichiwa Guanmina Slimes. I did it properly this time. I did it properly. Thank you guys for letting me know that I was muted. Bull, it's so embarrassing. I am a professional. I'm getting there. Ben c'est mieux, so dying of nothing. Ben c'est mieux. Okay. Oh. Alas, we've returned. I have sparkling lemonade, which is a mix of lemonade and sparkling water. I don't know if you can see the bubbles. You can't see the bubbles, because I can't even see them, so. Do you get the goal so fast getting sloppy? I'm not! It's just hard. Listen, OBS, you wouldn't get it. OBS is difficult, and I do all these other things to dual stream. Cat needs a production crew ASAP. Wouldn't that be the dream? Sloppy and choppy? I'm not. Are my frames bad? Is my frame rate bad? Now this is peak, real. Two-eye lane and helmet, let's all of lane, yep. Dead picky when it comes down to cinema, never watch. Da 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 da. You good? Okay. Okay, continuing. Pink Floyd's Inflatable Pig are preserved in a building that is itself a refurbished heritage artifact. These are only glimpses into the lives of the elite, hurled up against the effects of a catastrophe which has caused mass sterility. No children have been born for a generation. Theo asks the question, how can all this matter if there will be no one to see it? I'll say it again, because I don't like the way I did that one. How can all this matter if there will be no one to see it? The alibi the alibi can no longer be future generations, since there will be none. The response is nihilistic hedonism. I try not to think about it. You're good on YouTube? Okay. Good. Awesome. We're doing good on frame rate. Yay! Yay, yippee! What is unique about the dystopia of Children of Men is that it is specific to late capitalism. This isn't the familiar totalitarian scenario routinely trotted out in cinematic dystopias. See, for example, James McTeague's 2005 V for Vendetta. In the P.D. James novel on which the film is based, democracy is suspended and the country is ruled over by a self-appointed warden. But the country is... But, wisely, the film downplays all this. For all we know, the authoritarian measures that are everywhere in place could have been implemented within a political structure that remains notionally democratic. The war on terror has prepared us for such a development. The normalization of a crisis produces a situation in which the repealing of measures brought in to deal with an emergency becomes unimaginable. When will the war be over? Got both chats open because you have multiple monitors, unlike some people. Helmet. We're streaming right now so I can afford more monitors. If anyone wants to do subs so I can afford a second monitor or tips, there's text to speech. If you do !tip, you can donate to me getting a second monitor, because this is pathetic, I know, and I'm sorry. It's like how Agamben, I can't pronounce that for the life of me. I read it. This is why I know I'm literate, but I never talk about things. Because when you ask me to pronounce something out loud, I'm like, I've read it. That said, Mussolini assumed power within the terms of the Albertine Statute. Watching Children of Men, we are inevitably reminded of that phrase attributed to Frederick Jameson and Slavoj Žižek, that it is easier to imagine the end of the world than it is to imagine the end of capitalism. Ooh! Thank you for the bits! Oh my god, thank you! Thank you, Helmet. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how many we have now from this stream. Actually, it's better if you don't do bits because Twitch takes a huge chunk, which is really annoying. If you do the text-to-speech option, they take a smaller portion. They still take a portion, but they take a smaller portion. Frederick, the post office and the army will create socialism, Jameson. Dying of nothing, you're funny as shit, dude. That slogan captures precisely what I mean by capitalist realism. What is going on with my accent? The widespread sense that not only is capitalism the only viable political and economic system, but also that it is now impossible to even imagine a coherent alternative to it. Once dystopian films and novels were exercised in such acts of imagination. Disasters they depicted acting as a narrative pretext for the emergence of different ways of thinking. Not so in Children of Men. Bro, you're getting bids till I run out, you little capitalist. Wait, can you buy bits in bulk on Twitch? Is that how that works? I don't know. Not so in Children of Men. The world that it projects seems more like an extrapolation or exacerbation of ours than an alternative to it. In its world, as in ours, ultra-authoritarianism and capital are by no means incompatible. Internment camps and franchise coffee bars coexist. In Children of Men, public space is abandoned, given over to uncollected garbage and stalking animals. Pretty trans girl. I'm just a boy. I'm just a boy. Mr. Bentley says yes. The more you know. I did not know that. Thank you, both of you. Wait, you get them in bulk? That's interesting. I don't know. Twitch is weird. A little fella. Wait, double pistols and a wink. Double pistols and a wink. I do like actually doing that. Like, oh yeah, also the pinned comment is how to tip on anything if you want to do text to speech. Although, let me refresh it really quick because for some reason I think it's not working. Normal literature. And thank you to everyone who's liked the video so far. I appreciate you guys. I know it gets boring while we're reading, but we gotta. We gotta. It should be working. I don't know. Does anyone want, wait. But it didn't appear on screen. Thank you for the subscription. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the subscription. What the heck? What the heck? Thank you. Wow. Improvement hackers. Thank you so much. That means a lot. You missed the earlier part where I was explaining why it means a lot, but I'm going full-time content creator, so I'm terrified, but my friends have been encouraging me who are actually pretty big in the space, and spoilers, but Mark Fisher explains why Twitch has this model, LMAO. Yeah. Well, perhaps he even influenced it, because it came out, well, actually, wait, when did Twitch come out? And Mark Fisher published this in 2012, I believe? Or was it 2016? I don't remember. Stream Elements is not doing its thing. Come on, man. Odd. I don't know. I refreshed it too, so I don't know what's up with it, because it was working last stream. So, go figure. But alas, we continue nonetheless. Used to be Justin TV, yeah. Not it did. I just made myself really big for no reason. By now it's dead. Obvious best way forward is taken from two worlds. Done bits from capitalism and from socialism. But for some unknown reason to me, hardly anyone talks about it. I mean, like, that is what socialism and its, like, liberal socialism, democratic socialism, they mostly take up that form as it relates to economic policy, like if you look at Sweden, Canada, etc., etc. So, I think people aren't talking about it because it's already kind of instituted, like, very functionally in some countries. I should say nation states or whatever, but, you know, we're not going to be too pedantic. Can you post a full link for Dono somewhere? It still doesn't show for me on mobile. If you do exclamation point tip, here. Rosa Luxemburg, killing traders, blah. 2007. 2007, oh. And Mark Fisher did not predate Justin TV. Ooh, that went too far. I mean, Marx kind of says, that the way out of capitalism is through. Well, yeah, that's not a very hot take, though. Link only pops up in YouTube? Yes. Here, I'll also put it here for you guys. Although, it should be in the pinned link at the top, or the pinned comment at the top for Twitch. I use entities of state power or sovereigns. Nation states assumes we are being ethno-states, and most aren't anymore. I don't know about that one. Let's study quantum, because when I was studying geopolitics, the verbiage that we used was specifically states or nation states. There was no assumption of ethnicity associated with. Perhaps this is like a new phenomenon, but I don't know. I say official hopes, since neoliberalism serendipitously relied on the state even while it has ideologically exorciated it. This was made spectacularly clear during the banking crisis of 2008, when, the invitation of neoliberal ideologues, the state rushed in to shore up the banking system. I said banking like an American. Or Canadian. The catastrophe in Children of Men is neither waiting down the road, nor has it already happened. Rather, it is being lived through. There is no punctual moment of disaster. The world doesn't end with a bang. It winks out, unravels, gradually falls apart. What caused the catastrophe to occur, who knows? Its cause lies long in the past, so absolutely detached from the present as to seem like the caprice of a malign being. A negative miracle, a malediction with no penitence can ameliorate. I use these words in my own language, but reading them out loud makes me realize what a pretentious piece of shit I probably sound like. Honestly, the most fruitful way to read this book now is in light of how neoliberalism is over now. Dying of nothing? Define how neoliberalism is dying. Do you mean like more as we're aligning more with like what seems to be authoritarian slash God, what's the proper word for it? I was gonna say nomadic. It's not nomadic. What the Reform Party is doing. Reform UK. What they're doing. And also I would say other like Balkan states, not even just Balkan, Eastern European occasion. Well, for not all Eastern European, but a good portion. I think the Nordic model is socialist. I think it's liberal. No, it is liberal, but it definitely has socialist aspects to it. Like it has socialist words. Hello, words. It has socialist programs instilled in it, meaning like, you know, there's welfare programs, etc., etc. There is like a redistribution of, oh, thank you for the subscription. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I'm drowning. But yeah. Wow. The Duke of Rivendell is here. Hi, wonderful tropical. Hi, Cactus Catechus. How are you? Wait, hold on. I have something to show you. Sorry. I feel like no one can cast a big net on any other system outside of capitalism. Nah, that's not it. It's got more to do with tariffs and the return of enclosed supranational markets. No free fluid access in pursuit of cheap international labor. No neoliberalism. No, I think you're meaning, because I'm saying it has like socialist attributes / characteristics. Not that it is a socialist system. Sorry, I probably didn't articulate that properly. Wait, Cactus Catechus, I gotta show you something in 5 seconds, but let me read YouTube chat really quick. Milk bags. Yes. Said hi. Is this a thirst trap? No. I would be really bad at it, if so. Nation state is political territory, home of a relatively homogeneous population sharing common culture, history, or language. For example, Canada doesn't share the same culture and language, but it is a nation state. Canada is literally, by definition, a nation state. Like, we live in a world of anarchic states, right? And these states are not like nation states because they are states with nations associated. Reform definition, not liberals. Or I misheard? Alex B. No, the Reform UK party in the UK. So you can say Canada is a multi-nation, but it doesn't really get used in that way. No, it's by definition. If you look up nation state in the geopolitical sense, it is a nation state. One bear said hi. Said hi. I see Mark Fisher. I click. Dead Hardy. Happy to be of assistance, service, help, whatever, what have you. I'm interested. Tropical is cool, funny, smart. Just hang. Yeah. I like to think that I am. But also, oh yeah, it's more of a return of pre-World War I, great power politics more than anything. I don't know what you're referencing, but if you're referencing the nation state thing, then yes. Do you mean techno-mercantilism with feudal characteristics? No, I don't. No, I don't. Get that out of here. It's a very cool XD. I feel like you should have a Discord cage match with VC where we can debate. Read for a long time. After you read for a long time, so you don't have to read a bunch of... Yeah, it's okay. I think for the streams are more fun when I'm interacting with chat. But wait, for Cactus Catechus... Hi. I'm very happy with this. They're definitely not viewed as liberals here. Oh, Alex B, no, I was never saying that Reform UK was liberals. What? No, I know very well that they're not the liberals. Tommy Weed, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Tropical has a knack to not read parts of the chat, so he's confused. Yes. What I mean, we got now a new friend-shoring, ugh, period that is emerging. What? What does that mean, friend-shoring? Reading more text from the chat than capitalist realism. I know. If not, wait, hold on. The thing is that what we did last time to solve this problem was actually even worse, and I'm going to punish you guys for bringing it up. Yep, this is what chat gets when you bring up the fact that I'm reading chat and I'm not reading the text. Because you know what? When I'm not reading chat, viewers drop off, and then YouTube thinks that this video sucks, and I get pushed into the abyss of the algorithm. So like this video to fool YouTube first and foremost, because it actually really does help. And also YouTube, we just gotta fool YouTube. But also now you guys get this as punishment. Just say oligarchy. Shortcut to all truths. I would say in this case, not exactly. The only word I've heard that may describe this new emerging post-neoliberal epoch is friend-shoring. I hate it, but I hope someone comes up with a better thing, lol. I haven't heard it before. Lol, yes, I thought I misheard you. Oh, okay. So, if you guys are going to be mad about me not reading, this is the punishment. You guys have received punishment, and therefore I will continue reading and I'll ignore chat. Where did I get to? What caused the catastrophe to occur? Who knows? Its cause lies so long in the past, so absolutely detached from the present, as to seem like the caprice of a malign being, a negative miracle, a malediction with no penitence, a malediction which no penitence can ameliorate. Such a blight can only be eased by an intervention that can no more be anticipated than was the onset of the curse in the first place. Action is pointless. Only senseless hope makes sense. Superstition and religion... superstition and religion, the first resorts of the helpless, proliferate. But what of the catastrophe itself? It is evident that the theme of sterility must be read metaphorically, and the displacement of another kind of anxiety. I want to argue that this anxiety cries out to be read in cultural terms, and the question the film poses is, how long can a culture persist without the new? What happens if the young are no longer capable of producing surprises? Switches to British again. Yes, I do. Okay. I'll let you guys keep yapping in chat. And text-to-speech is working, isn't it? It should be. If you guys really want to interrupt me, text-to-speech. If you don't know how to do text-to-speech, type !tip, and it'll show you how. Or sorry, type it and then put it in chat, and it'll show you how. Children of Men connects with the suspicion that the end has already come, the thought that it could well be the case that the future harbors only reiteration and repermutation. Could it be that there are no breaks, no shocks of the new to come? Such anxieties tend to result in a bipolar oscillation. The weak messianic hope that there must be something new on the way lapses into the morose conviction that nothing new can ever happen. The shift from the next big thing to the last big thing. How long ago did it happen, and just how big was it? T.S. Eliot looms in the background of Children of Men, which, after all, inherits the same theme of sterility of the wasteland. The film's closing epigraph of Shanti, Shanti, Shanti has more to do with Eliot's fragmentary pieces of the can't pronounce this for the life of me. I see it all the time. Can't pronounce it for the life of me. Upanishads piece. Perhaps it is possible for the concerns of another Eliot, the Eliot of tradition and the individual talent, ciphered in Children of Men. It was in this essay that Eliot, in anticipation of Harold Bloom, described the reciprocal relationship between the canonical and the new. The new defines itself in response to what is already established. At the same time, the established has to reconfigure itself in response to the new. Eliot's claim was that the exhaustion of the future does not leave in us the past. Tradition counts for nothing when it is no longer contested and modified. A culture that is merely preserved is no culture at all. The fate of Picasso's Guernica. I said that in a French accent for some reason. I don't know why. In the film, once a howl of anguish and outrage against fascist atrocities, now a wall hanging, is exemplary. It is like its Battersea hanging space in the film. The painting is accorded iconic status only when it is deprived of any plausible function or context. No cultural object can retain its power when there are no longer any new eyes to see it. We do not need to wait for Children of Men's near future to arrive to see this transformation of culture into museum pieces. The power of capitalist realism derives in part from the way that capitalism subsumes and consumes all previous history. I'm doing a great British accent, don't worry about it. One effect of its systems of equivalence, which can assign all cultural objects, whether they are religious iconography, pornography, or Das Kapital, monetary value. Walk around the British Museum, where you can see objects torn from their life worlds and assembled as if on the deck of some predator spacecraft, and you have a powerful image of this process at work. and the conversion of practices and rituals into merely aesthetic objects, the beliefs of previous cultures that are objectively ionized, transformed into artifacts. Capitalist realism is therefore not a particular type of realism. It is like realism in itself, as Marx and Engels themselves observed in the Communist Manifesto. So, whoever is in YouTube chat, argue with each other, because if not, YouTube thinks that this video sucks. You gotta argue with each other. King of Sparta reads on. Yes, I do. Just need to make sure people are yapping. Yap. Observed in the Communist Manifesto. And when I read quotes, I read them in North American English. Capital. That's what I get for drinking sparkling water. Capital has drowned the most heavenly ecstasies of religious fervor, of chivalrous enthusiasm, of Philistine sentimentalism, in the icy water of egotistical calculation. It has resolved personal worth into exchange value, and in place of the numberless indefeasible chartered freedoms, has set up that single unconscionable freedom, free trade. In one word, for exploitation veiled by religious and political illusions, it has substituted naked, shameless, direct, brutal exploitation. Am I actually welcome as beginner, Models TV says. Yes, of course. If you have any questions, please. Welcome. You are more than welcome as a... Oh, thank you for subscribing, Christopher Huang. Yeah, keep yapping in YouTube chat, or YouTube chat dies, and then the video doesn't get recommended and I die. Oh god, here we go again. Yes, you know how it goes. Just happy to be here? Yeah. You recognize one word. Hey, okay, so after we finish this chapter, we can yap about it, mano a mano, or person to person. Please don't die. Thank you, Mr. Von Thu. Appreciate you. Exocapitalism, Dens of Otherworld says. It gives me a sort of Landian vibe when it's put like that, but, I've never actually seen it used in a text. So feel free to expand upon that, Dans. Like the stream to give your ops constipation. True! Like this stream to give your ops constipation. Discovered your channel right after getting video back into audiobooks. I'm so excited. So the thing is that this isn't a pure audiobook, I'll be honest with you. I do yap with chat. No way you have ops though. I like to pretend that I have ops. We will argue this in a not very newbie friendly read. Yeah, so, if anyone in chat does have questions, you should know that you are welcome to ask your questions here. There are no stupid questions. It is a beginner-friendly stream for that exact purpose. If you have questions, know which is your oyster. As Alan Partridge says. Well, actually, he didn't say it. Someone else did. But, alas. Yeah, it isn't a pure audio book. I do yap with chat, but yes. Console alerts are not very ADHD friendly. Yeah, I think I can turn that off for you guys, I believe. No idea why I put the word video in my comment. Oh, okay. When nationalism rose as backlash to the collapse of religious institution and monarchy. Die for a king, for God, no die for motherland. Yeah, I mean, also it was just sort of the consequence, not the consequence, but like the outcome of World War I, where they were trying to get a more structured system in place post the weird not nothingness. The weird baselessness. You know what I'm referring to here. Of like empires and how they were kind of just like very weirdly like this might be a part of the Ottoman Empire, but we're not really sure. It's kind of ruling itself to an extent, but it does check in with the actual empire itself. So Congress of Nations type shit. They did try the League of Nations. Yeah, they did. Resonate with Fisher. Shout out to the pressed bastards and babes. Yes, please tell us more about exocapitalism. Oh, a racially ambiguous cutie reading Mark Fisher. Mr. Bonthu said male. Appreciate you, Mr. Bonthu. You a real one. Thank you. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Okay, so I'll continue reading. You guys continue yapping in chat. Yap it up, yap it up. Argue amongst each other, but also don't argue. And if there are any beginners in chat, please know that there is no question that is stupid. There is literally no question that is stupid. And if it is a stupid question, then I think you did it on purpose. Ambiguous. Hey, that's my king. I love you guys. You're so sweet. Also, yeah. Ah, hello. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Yeah, silly goose. We're constantly silly. Well, we're hammerhead sharking. We're silly geese, but we're abbreviating silly goose into a longer word. Technically, it has more syllables. Hammerhead. Yet this turn from belief to aesthetics, from engagement to spectatorship, is held to be one of the virtues of capitalist realism, in claiming, as Badiou puts it, to have delivered us from the fatal abstractions inspired by the ideologies of the past. Capitalist realism presents itself as a shield protecting us from the perils by belief itself. The attitude of ironic distance proper to postmodern capitalism is supposed to immunize us against the seductions of fanaticism. Lowering our expectations, we are told, is a small price to pay for being protected from terror and totalitarianism. We live in contradiction, Badiou has observed. Yo, you ever reading Exiting the Vampire Castle or whatever it's called? I want to really badly, but this is a beginner stream. Therefore we're reading Capitalist Realism. I do have a huge soft spot in my heart for Exiting the Vampire Castle. Oh, Zero Great, thank you for the subscription. Heart, thank you. Oh my god. Or sorry, for the follow. Also, any subscriptions. You guys are awesome. Like, genuinely, yes, it means so much to me. I'll go on a real rant again about everything, but thank you for the likes, thank you for the hearts, thank you for the subscriptions, thank you for everything. I'm so genuinely grateful. And thank you for hitting the goal immediately. Like, that was crazy, but you guys are awesome. Genuinely, thank you. Oh, okay, we continue. And this is a quote, so I read it in my American English. A brutal state of affairs, profoundly inegalitarian, where all existence is evaluated in terms of money alone, is presented to us as an ideal. Justify their conservatism. The partisans of the established order cannot really call it ideal or wonderful. So instead they have decided to say that all the rest is horrible. Sure, they say, we may not live in a condition of perfect goodness, but we are lucky that we don't live in a condition of evil. Our democracy is not perfect, but it's better than the bloody dictatorships. Capitalism is unjust, but it's not criminal like Stalinism. We let millions of Africans die of AIDS, but we don't make racist nationalist declarations like Milosevich. Pronounce it incorrectly, I'm sure. We kill Iraqis with our airplanes, but we don't... but we don't cut their throats with machetes like they do in Rwanda, etc. The realism here is analogous to the deflationary perspective of a depressive who believes that any positive state, any hope, is a dangerous illusion. The account in capitalism surely is the most impressive since Marx's Deleuze and Guattari, Deleuze and Guattari's describe capitalism as a kind of dark potentiality which haunted all previous social systems. Capital, they argue, is the unnameable thing, the abomination. See, I think Brooks would have a gripe with this interpretation of Deleuze and Guattari's interpretation of capitalism and capital. But that's for Brooks to be here, and not me, because Brooks is the expert, and I'm not. Sorry. The abomination which primitive and feudal societies warded off in advance. When it actually arrives, capitalism brings with it a massive desacralization of culture. It is a system which no longer governed by any transcendent law. On the contrary, it dismantles all such codes only to reinstall them on an ad hoc basis. The limits of capitalism are not fixed by fiat, but defined and redefined pragmatically and improvisationally. This makes capitalism very much like the Thing in John Carpenter's film of the same name, a monstrous, infinitely plastic entity capable of metabolizing and absorbing anything from which it comes into contact. Capital, Deleuze and Guattari says, is a motley painting of everything that ever was. A strange hybrid of the ultra-modern and the archaic. In the years since Deleuze and Guattari wrote Deleuze and Guattari did think capitalism is inherently schizophrenic too. They just don't think it can be accelerated into liberation. They thought of acceleration of capitalism leads to fascism. What you're saying is technically correct. I don't know if I can agree with it fully. Almost more than anyone else, Deleuze should have read Borgia. Can't pronounce anything. Wow, the Thing mentioned in academic texts. This isn't really... So Mark Fisher is very approachable, which is nice. So, yeah. But it is technically, yeah, I guess it is an academic text. In the years since, Deleuze and Guattari, I'm going to say it in the British English accent. Deleuze and Guattari wrote the 2 volumes of the Capitalism and Schizophrenia. It has seemed as if the deterritorializing impulses of capitalism have been confined to finance, leaving culture presided over the forces of reterritorialization. This malaise, the feeling that there is nothing new, is itself nothing new, of course. Anything I need to answer? Any question? Can I do it in an Australian accent? No, I can't. Any sort of questions I can answer for any beginners in chat? Please. Ask your questions. I'll look now. I didn't understand why exhibiting cultural items taken from other countries and museums is an example of capitalist realism, because it's been abstracted essentially from what it meant culturally to that country into something that is essentially just a figure of value in a museum to be held. It is no longer like how he puts in the Picasso painting from Children of Men. It's been removed from its original context insofar as it no longer is a cry out against fascism, which was what the painting was originally for. It is now just something hanging on someone's wall as a show of wealth, a show of status, a show of capital, whatever, what have you. Sub, this is a fire concept, literally streaming theory. Thank you, yes, no, it's we're doing it, man, we're doing it. Planning on, German accent, can't do a German accent, unfortunately. Let's organize this dialogue, geez. Are you planning on any beginner unfriendly readings, LMAO? Check out all of the Nick Land streams. Those were not beginner friendly. Aspiring Devil says, just from the thumbnail, I know this guy's going to say some sounding dumb things. Like, special kind of dumb only ideologically possessed by antisocial person can say. Disagree. But often they explain the context that's what makes it interesting. Well, Cyrus, in the sense that it's been removed from the actual culture and is now just a prized object. That is the main gripe. Fascism is a coping mechanism, please explain. Oh, wait, I'm not a part of that conversation. Okay. Sorry. Any other beginner questions anyone has? I'm here. I'm here for you. If not, I'll keep reading. This malaise, the feeling that there's nothing new, is itself nothing new, of course. We find ourselves at the notorious end of history, trumpeted by Francis Fukuyama's after the fall of Berlin Wall. After the fall of the Berlin Wall. Oh, thank you for just subscribing, Mr. Too Earnest. Fukuyama's thesis that history has climaxed with liberal capitalism may have been widely derided, but it is accepted, even assumed, at the level of cultural unconscious. It should be remembered, though, that even when Fukuyama advanced it, the idea that history had reached a terminal beach was not merely triumphalist. Triumphalist, I don't like that word. Fukuyama warned that his radiant city would be haunted, but he thought that its specters would be Nietzschean rather than Marxian. Some of Nietzsche's most prescient pages are those in which he describes the oversaturation of an age with history. It leads an age to into a dangerous method. Oh my gosh, I'm rereading that. Sorry. It leads an age into a dangerous mood of irony in regard to itself, he wrote in Untimely Meditations, and subsequently even into the more dangerous mood of cynicism, in which cosmopolitan fingering, which still had that connotation back then, a detached spectorialism replaces engagement and involvement. This is the condition of Nietzsche's last man, who's seen everything but is decadently enfeebled precisely by this excess of self-awareness. Any questions? Any beginner questions? Shout out to Derrida for Scorching Fukuyama and Spectres of Marx. I have yet to read it. I'm very curious. Very curious. What is Fisher's relationship to the Landian freaks? We were sort of related but split. So, Desolate Mirror, if you watch the video that I have on Nick Land, you'll see that Mark Fisher was actually in the original CCRU, which is the Cybernetic Cultural Research Unit, or Culture Research Unit, depending on who's talking about it. But essentially, when Nick Land went down the more like alt-right, like literally starting the alt-right pipeline, Mark Fisher went down more like left accelerationist theory, and so he was highly critical of capitalism, etc., etc. But as it relates to the quote-unquote split, it's more of just like do we perceive uninhibited capitalism's growth as a good thing or a bad thing? Is the best way I can like sublimate all of that. That's highly reductive of a take, but Land went down the dark path, Fisher went down the light path. I mean, I would agree with that, but it's a matter of perspective, genuinely. Because there are some people that fundamentally do agree with Land's takes. I can't say I'm one of them, but there are people out there that do agree. They did things, hey. Yeah, they did. Nick Land thinks fascism is just liberalism meeting its contradiction. In what text do you say that? Land and Fisher were both out-of-touch British dudes who came up with it in the 80s, chosen their writings. Well, actually, so both of them graduated from the University of Land graduated from the University of Warwick. I'm pronouncing the extra W on purpose because I'm North American. In 1987, but they wrote all of this in the 90s to early aughts. So, they're not so much out of touch, especially if you read Exiting the Vampire Castle by Mark Fisher, as they are. I would say Land is definitely more so out of touch in my opinion, but Fisher, not so much. Justin says, yo, I'm so back. You're so back! Me too, especially the form it took nowadays. Progress for the sake of progress. Just had dinner. Welcome back. Have you checked out Manuel de Landa? Yes, I have. Okay, if you're into more... Wait, I'm losing chat. Oh, sorry. The simplest way to explain all these mistaken impressions is that fascism has nothing to offer for the hegemonic bloc. What are we talking about? Tropical stuck. Should I link the text on Discord? Sure, if you want to. I've read through, I believe, literally, including, like, God, what was it again? Xeno Cosmographs was his Twitter, but there was Xeno Systems I read through. Read through his old blog posts on the alt-right blog post. Read through a lot of his old tweets. Read through Thirst for Annihilation. Read through Fanged. I know it's pronounced Fanged Numina, but I say Phenomena. Like, people think the Third Reich was the industrial juggernaut and have no recollection of them crying and begging to import tractor engines to prevent famine as pretext for manufacturing tanks. Nationalism subtext. Definitely agree that Land was way more off. Yeah. Do you think that it's something wait, hold on. Let me catch up on, YouTube chat. Me too, especially the form it took nowadays, progress for the sake of progress. I think it's something happening to us or something that we're choosing to do. In reference to what? Like, capitalism, sorry. Yep, that was the next message after. I think it is a matter of the system that we're in, but it's a matter of resources, in my opinion. And this leads to a very Peter Frey's take, in which, for any beginners out there, there's a really good book, it's quite short. There's also a Jacobin article on it called Four Futures by Peter Frey's. Cannot give it enough praise, genuinely. But it's just like a thought experiment of, like, what are the four most extreme outcomes of, like, I guess, like, post-capitalism. And so there is a scale of like if there is still hierarchy or if there is no hierarchy, and if there is scarcity or if there is no scarcity. And so there's 4 futures there. But essentially, like, it leads into this sort of idea that capitalism persists so long as scarcity of resources exists. And that is something that I agree with. Therefore, I would say that it's not so much that we are choosing to do capitalism or capitalism is happening to us. It's just capitalism exists as a system. Capitalism, period. So long as resources are scarce, so too persists capitalism. Contradictions down to Hegelian? Are you referring to me? Massive fan of Austrian theory, but again, you got into sprinkle of socialism on top. Yeah. Oh hell yeah, Subway Surfers. Yeah, that was punishment for chat. Definitely agree that Lynn was way more off. Does he go into what he thinks contributes most in spreading the view of the world? Cyrus. So does he go into what he thinks contributes most to spreading his view, this view of the world? I mean, yes. I don't know what you mean by that exactly. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm gonna just call you Muhan. That's short, and I'm doing 2-syllable nicknames for everyone in chat. But yeah. What do you, Cyrus, if you want to expand upon that more. But very interesting. 4 Futures. 4 Futures. It's just called 4 Futures by Peter Phrase. I'll type it in chat. It is. I cannot recommend this book more. And also there is a shorter version on Jacobin. So Peter Phrase. 4 Futures. Okay, and we continue reading. Fukuyama's position is in some ways a mirror image of Frederick Jameson's. Jameson famously claimed that postmodernism is the cultural logic of late capitalism. He argued that the failure of the future was constitutive of a postmodern cultural scene which, as he correctly prophesied, would become dominated by pastiche and revivalism. Given that Jameson made a convincing case for the relationship between postmodern culture and certain tendencies in consumer or post-Fordist capitalism, it could appear that there is no need for the concept of capitalist realism at all. In some ways this is true. What I'm calling capitalist realism can be subsumed under the rubric of postmodernism as theorized by Jameson. Yet, despite Jameson's heroic work of clarification, postmodernism remains a hugely contested term. Its meanings, appropriately but unhelpfully, unsettle and multiple. More importantly, I would want to argue that some of the processes which Jameson described and analyzed have now become so aggravated and chronic that they have gone through a change in kind. Capitalism persists due to scarcity only. Isn't it a little simplistic way to see things when people's tendency to compete be part of it? Well, yeah, essentially, but that's like it's assumed when one says like scarcity of resources, competition is like, you know, inherent to a scarcity of resources because finite resources, infinitely growing population. Economics. I'm also confused by why portraying itself as the only possibility should be something unique to one ideology. I'm also confused as to why portraying itself as the only possibility should be something unique to one ideology. What do you mean? Oh wait, like is it movies, for example? Wait, hold on. What did I miss? Cyrus, what do you mean? ultimately, there are three reasons that I prefer the term capitalist realism to postmodernism. 1980s. Zenith says, to you too. In the 1980s, when Jameson first advanced his thesis about postmodernism, there was still, in name at least, political alternatives to capitalism. What we are dealing with now, however, is a deeper, more pervasive sense of exhaustion, cultural and political sterility. In the 80s, really existing socialism still persisted, albeit in its final phase of collapse. In Britain, the fault lines of class antagonism were fully exposed in an event like the miners' strike of 1984 through 85. And the defeat of the miners was an important, not miners as in children, but miners as in people that mine, was an important moment in the development of capitalist realism, at least as significant in its symbolic dimension as in its practical effects. The closure of pits was defended precisely on the grounds that keeping them open was not economically realistic, and the miners were cast in the role of the last actors in a doomed proletarian romance. The 80s were a period when capitalist realism was fought for and established, when Margaret Thatcher's doctrine that there is no alternative, as succinct a slogan of capitalist realism as you could hope for, became a brutally self-fulfilling prophecy. Secondly, postmodernism involved some relationship to modernism. Basically, people compete in a lot of areas without scarcity. First world countries are not exactly lacking. Marcus, I think you're thinking too much in the micro of it. Once again, just read the Jacobin article and you might see what I'm alluding to. Can you make the Subway Surfer bigger? No. It's already a punishment for chat. Lurler said, why'd you say period like that? I don't know. Jameson's work on postmodernism began with an interrogation of the idea, cherished by the likes of Adorno. I don't like Adorno. Thanks for subscribing, Hyper Paradise. Thank you. That is modernism possessed by revolutionary potentials by virtue of its formal innovations alone. What Jameson saw happening instead was the incorporation of modernist motifs into popular culture. I can do a British accent, I promise. Blech. There's two different things I was asking for. Is it, for example, movies and other media or politicians that maintain a worldview of capitalist realism? It was two different things I was asking. Is it, for example, movies and other media, sorry, I'm trying to differentiate where commas, it was two different things I was asking for. Is it, for example, movies and other media or politicians that maintain a worldview of capitalist realism? It's, well, in this argument, it's everything. It is the fundamental culture itself and those that partake in it. Yeah, been oriented by the function of capital itself. Exactly, yes. Yeah. So, and also Subway Surfers is, that's your punishment, chat. That's what happens when you mention that I yap too much. I bring up Subway Surfers. What Jameson saw happening instead of, no, I heard that. At the same time as particular modernist forms were absorbed and commodified, modernism's credos, its supposed belief in elitism and its monological top-down model of culture, I can't pronounce things, were challenged and rejected in the name of difference, diversity, and multiplicity. capitalist realism no longer stages this kind of confrontation with modernism. On the contrary, it takes the vanquishing of modernism for granted. Modernism is now something that can periodically return, but is only as a frozen aesthetic style, never as an ideal for living. Capitalism, when it comes to it, it's really about classical liberalism, individual rights, collectivism, authoritarianism, says Mike. No, I would say that's too much of a flattening, Mike. There are more axes to interrogate than just like liberalism / individual rights and collectivism / authoritarianism, because collectivism doesn't even need to be authoritarian. And on smaller scales, on like things like small communes, it actually has been proven to work with direct democracy at a very efficient manner. So yeah. By the way, I added you in Discord. Another note, based on my understanding, capitalist realism is defined as the widespread sense that not only capitalism is the only viable political and economic system, and it is impossible to imagine an alternative to it now. Well, it's because he explains that it's like pervasive through the entirety of culture. Why is that uniquely capitalistic? Oh, Brooks, hey! See, here is the thing I am confused with. Jameson literally says that that the postmodern is made of the pastiche of the modern. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be an inappropriate take. Love your British accent, it's better than mine. Alex B, I hope that you're not British, because my British accent is not that great. But, forgetting what I just read because I was looking at chat. Thank you for subscribing, VVTC. Appreciate you. Sorry, I was looking at chat for a second there, Brooks. Capitalist realism is saying that our imaginations cannot produce ideals untainted by capitalism. Fisher claims it's contrary. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't remember, because I do remember, like, reading that just now, but I guess he's not arguing with the fact that Jameson said that it's a pastiche. At least not here. I don't know. Perhaps I'm misinterpreting, but I don't see him directly saying, like, it's... He is contradicting any... Nothing here directly stands out to me as he's saying, this is not a pastiche of modernism. Because I think reactionary takes to a previous thing could still be counted as pastiche. I don't have any accent. Lived in Asia for most of my childhood and 10 years. Oh, okay. More you know. Yeah, you guys are going off in Twitch chat. Keep going. Small communes are based on volunteerism. People choose to be part of them. Like collectivism, which is forced upon by many. That is not inherent to collectivism, actually, Mike. Hence yours is better. Well, sorta. Stuff he writes is counter to Jameson, so I assume he's continuing that. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, I'm just being pedantic in, like, this specific sloth right here. I'm saying I don't see it as, like, directly him contradicting. But, you know. only one way to continue. Only one way to find out, right? We're doing a beginner's chat, so everyone here is well, it seems like no one here is entirely new, but well, no, actually, we've gotten some pretty new people, but yeah. But also, collectivism is more so just the idea of like resources are shared. He says on the contrary. Da da da. Where am I skimming? What the heck? Oh yeah, but he's oh. Zen Thepus. Hat tip to you. He's saying capitalist realism is sitting against the Jameson's postmodernism. I think he's just saying that he disagrees with the fundamental like it's like he's doing a semantic argument right here. Is my personal opinion on the matter, because I think he's trying to say like I don't agree that it's postmodernism. I agree that it is capitalist realism because it's not inherently a reaction to modernism. It is capitalist realism. That's my general take. I don't know. Feel free to disagree with me, but I'm open. I'm open to interpretation. Thirdly, a whole generation has passed since the collapse of the Berlin Wall. In the 1960s and 70s, capitalism had to face the problem of how to contain and absorb energies from the outside. It now, in fact, has the opposite problem, having all too successfully incorporated externality. How can it function without an outside it can colonize and appropriate? For most people under 20 in Europe and North America, the lack of alternatives to capitalism is no longer even an issue. Capitalism seamlessly occupies the horizons of the thinkable. Jameson used to report in horror. How do you that British accent with that? What? Then capitalism isn't distinguished here against multiple other things. He's not doing anything new. No, I don't think he's really trying to. I think he's just trying to like kind of make it more accessible. Because once again, I think a lot of what what Fisher wanted was to make things accessible to, especially like post reading Exiting the Vampire Castle. I think he just wanted to make things more accessible to people within like leftist spaces as related to like economically left. So like I don't think inherently, even though he uses like pretty fucking like obscure, not prose, but like language here isn't exactly like the most layman terms. But I don't think he's doing anything new. No, I just think he's making it more more accessible, more known. Because once again, if you think about all of this, like what a clickbaity title, capitalist realism. Is there really no alternative? Like, come on. But I think that can be said for all people in who are trying to spread an idea. So but alas, we continue. Jameson used to report in horror about how about the ways that capitalism has seeped into every unconscious. Now, the fact that capitalism has colonized the dreaming life of the population is so taken for granted that it is. So who is he making accessible then? He is countering to D&G as well as Jameson. I think he's having a semantic argument with Jameson, and I think with D&G, well, in your words, he just kind of misinterprets him. or misinterprets him, them. Am I correct? Heck. The fact that capitalism has colonized the dreaming life of the population is so taken for granted that it is no longer worthy of comment. It would be dangerous and misleading to imagine that the near past was some sort of prelapsarian state rife with political potentials. So it's as well to remember the role of that mortification played in the production of culture throughout the 20th century. Yet the old struggle between détournement and recuperation, between subversion and incorporation, seems to have been played out. What we are dealing with now is not the incorporation of materials that previously seemed to possess subversive potentials, but instead their pre-incorporation. The preemptive formatting and shapes of desires, aspirations, and hopes by the capitalist culture. Witness, for instance, the establishment of settled alternative or independent cultural zones, which endlessly repeat older gestures of rebellion and contestation as if for the first time. I'm dehydrated. Alternative and independent don't designate something outside mainstream culture, rather. They are styles, in fact, the dominant styles within the mainstream. No, and I would disagree with this fundamentally, but, we can't agree with Fisher on everything. There's actually a really good article. Man, I'm sorry, I might read this article really quick for you guys, because I adore it. It's a really slow start, but it's fantastic as it relates to counterculture. If you guys would allow me to, I don't know, give me some thumbs up or thumbs down. This paragraph, he's talking about the dreaming life, the idea that a psychic interiority that capitalism colonizes from without, and is wholly opposed to anti-Oedipus. Yes, do it, read it. Okay, I will read it. 1 second. Yeah, I always took it as Fisher trying to write to the people, someone you'd meet one cubicle over. Though they may lack substance, at least it exposes some level to people who wouldn't encounter it. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. I then am actually watching the subway surfers window. Hey, if it works, it works. But let me pull up the article for you, because I do genuinely really like this article. It's not the most relevant, but it is something that I find generally relevant. Oh, what the heck? Don't tell me this blog got taken down. I'm going to be so upset. No way! What the hell happened here? Anyway, Obsidian it is. God, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be hard to read this in fucking dark font. Ugh, I hate this. Atlantean cross magic? What? John Doe, feel free to explain that one. But this article is called "The Internet Didn't Kill Counterculture. You just won't find it on Instagram." And I'll link it here. So, oh, fuck. The site is down. Arena, come on. Please have the full thing? Ugh. No way! Oh, and it was such a fantastic article. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. I would go into Internet Archive to find it, but, don't feel like it. But I do suggest it. It's a fantastic read. First 2 words of that article were Darknet Kraken. Interesting. Thank you, Doris, for letting us know. Too many people looking at it. I really doubt it. It's quite niche. You could say it's countercultural. But it is a fantastic article. It starts out really slow, though. But once you get to the end, you're like, man, wow. Okay. Ugh. What we are dealing with now is not the incorporation of materials that previously seemed to possess subversive potentials, but instead their pre-corporation, the preemptive formatting of shaping of desires, aspirations, and hopes by capitalist culture. Oh, yeah, I already read this crap. No one embodied and struggled with this deadlock more than Kurt Cobain in Nirvana. In his dreadful lassitude and objectless rage, Cobain seemed to give wearied voice to the despondency of a generation that had come after history, whose every move was anticipated, tracked, bought, and sold, before it ever happened. Cobain knew that he was just another piece of the spectacle. Nothing runs better on MTV than a protest against MTV. Need more Subway Surfers, says Mr. of the Dash. Nah. Knew that his every move was cliché, scripted in advance. Knew that even realizing it is a cliché. The impasse that paralyzed Cobain is precisely the one that Jamison described. Like postmodern culture in general, Cobain found himself in a world in which stylistic innovation is no longer possible, where all that is left is to imitate dead styles, to speak through the masks with the voices of the styles in the imaginary museum. Here, even, success meant failure, since to succeed would only mean that you were the new meat on which the system could feed. But the high existential angst of Nirvana. Ooh. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits, Helmet. Yippee. Why do I get Russian text when I search for this article? Cyrus, it's because some darknet Kraken stuff took it over. And you have to find, you have to probably go on Internet Archive to find the original. But it is a really good article. I don't know. If you want to dig it up somewhere and see if you can post it in chat, or the article's loaded for me once in strange Russian. Yeah. Huh, interesting. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic article. I don't know why that site is down, but it's making me really sad. Guys, do text to speech, or just give donos so I can get a setup that doesn't hurt my back. Reading like this is rancid. Awful. Eesh. And not conducive for correct posture. But also, I really want the, and Brooks, maybe you have an opinion on this, but, if you're still in chat, I really want the Freud setup. I want the Freud setup as a streaming setup so bad. It would be so funny to me. Let me pull it up. Gotta pull up the Freud setup. It's so funny. If my streaming setup looked like this, I would be unbeatable. No one could stop me. Oh, here we go. I would be unstoppable. If this was my setup, I would be unstoppable. Look at how comfy this is. Subway Surfers, get out of here. Bye. Look at how comfy this is. Yes, perfect. And a big fireplace. That would be so nice. That would be so nice. And a GoPro on your head so you can see me looking at my books. Uber comf, our king deserves this. That would be so nice. Yeah, I mean, I would be very happy. Will you be doing any ASMR in the future? That you've been doing some, that you've been doing some with Sleepy. I really want to again, mostly as it relates to like classical text because I love acting. Do we yap a lot on Discord? The Discord's actually picking up quite a lot recently. We do group readings on Discord. We were thinking about the idea, wanted more people to join, was thinking of having it be a Patreon thing, actually. But, definitely open to the idea. What is the name of the Mark Fisher text we're reading? I know it's by Mark Fisher, but, that's about it. Capitalist Realism. And if you look on YouTube, which should be also streaming at the same time, the link to the PDF is in the description. Because, no reason. It's also not linked there. Don't worry about it. But yeah. I would really like to do more ASMR stuff with Sleepy because I love, like, improvising with her. It is so much fun. There's no one that I adore more. She's just such a good person. I just absolutely adore her. I cannot stop, like, going on about her. But yeah. You missed my singing. I'll sing at some point. I don't know if I have a voice for it today. I kind of destroyed it last time from last streaming session where I did sing. Because, I tried singing a little bit today and I was like, ooh, that's raspy. But if I do another singing stream, I'll make sure to call it a singing stream. But we continue on. Cool. Yeah. Actually, if you guys would be so kind as to allow me a bathroom break. I do need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back though. And you guys can watch Subway Surfers in the meantime and keep arguing about whatever you're talking about. Perry Caravella over here posted the land thing on Discord. Honestly, don't enjoy talking about land. Every person in their own interpretation of his text, and I feel like Disney's got the same problem but less. No, I think land is definitely more explicit than Deleuze. But land is not. Pasteman text from that article. Oh, Dan's Other World Coming in clutch. I like the way you think. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. Gang. Oh. Oh, okay, bye, Cactus Catechus. Thank you for joining. Here, let me take off my fake glasses. Hello. How are we doing, chat? Wait, hold on. Konnichiwa, Guan, Mina Slimes. We're back again. And this needs to be much smaller. Yeah, that's about right. Hello, hello, hello. Frederick Slimes. Beautiful. Yes, I love the imagery already. Let me turn down this for myself as well. What did I miss in chat? The brain rot streamer? You're the brain rot streamer. All of my mods have left me. I really fuck with the quote, the incorporated externality in its conjunction without an outside, you can call it inappropriate. Glad you're liking it so far, real boy. So far, I don't know how many people that are particularly new we have in chat. How are we new people? Thank you to everyone who liked the stream, by the way. I'm sorry I went to the bathroom really quick, but I'm still here. I'm still here. How are we doing? Do we have any questions? Like new beginner questions? No one look into her eyes. His, actually, I go by he, him pronouns on chat specifically. Why? But you can do this and find out why. Or, Justin, do you mind doing exclamation point mail? Do I have Twitch too, or is Real Boy here? Oh, mail, M-A-L-E. Yep, there you go. Why? Why do we do this? Bloody hell! Forgot about his B-day. Unfucking believable. Listen to you read things. Oh, okay. Yay! Okay, I'm glad you're dipping in for me reading things tonight. What is the current topic of research? This is not research, actually. We're doing a beginner stream for people that are interested in learning more about Mark Fisher, this is his most famous work, one might say, which is capitalist realism. Right up to chapter 3 for the stream yesterday. Oh, really? Okay. Good for you, No Sleep. Heard this book has a sort of happy ending note, and by God, I hope so, King. Yeah! Ah! I mean, it depends what you mean. Thought you were actually men, gender-wise. No. It's more so just like, we're continuing the bit. The bit continues, but it's also kind of just funny at this point. Yes, I have a sword, helm, and gauntlets. And so does Knight, Magnus, apparently. Yes, I am referred to in male signifiers. Why this started? I don't know. It was like one of the first streams, too, but here we are. Still doing it. Still at it. Still at it. Nick Land vs. Mark Fisher ASMR with Drag. No. The Enderman, yes. Exactly. The Enderman. That would be catnip for some truly awful people. Yeah, 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 I think so too. And also, like, I pretty sure no one's really on Nick Land's side lately. What was his goal with capitalist realism? Capitalism is good, capitalism is real AF. No, no. It's more like capitalism is pervasive throughout every single. So the full title of the book is Capitalist Realism is there really no alternative? And the name of this chapter is what about Sadie Plant then? Everyone likes Sadie Plant for the most part. Pinch me. Is this really real? Is capitalism really real? Pinch me right now. Lol, I love how Nick Land is all, I'm a boomer who likes having Chinese kids, y'all. Chill, y'all. He's married to a British woman, and I think they moved back to the UK. City Plant have been trying to find a copy of her, zeros plus ones. You and me both. Moose maxing. That's me. But, I can continue reading or I can yap with chat for a bit. My stomach just growled. Should have gotten food before. There's no food. Chat. Tell me, what are your thoughts so far? He probably did go back. I just like imagining Nick Land as a Nick Mullen character. Go off. Not gonna lie, the Subway Surfer is immersive. You know, it was put as a punishment, but it works for some reason. I think a lot about how hard it is to unravel capitalism after it's continued perpetuating itself globally for so long. Hey, Knight Magnus, it seems as though you're fundamentally getting at what the text is alluding to here. But not there's no alternative, but it feels insurmountable unless the system breaks, but there's no guarantee of survivable alternative. Oh, helmet! Thank you for the cheers, what the heck? I don't know why the bits thing is broken today, but it should be working. That's so the heck. But yeah. Quick, pivot to supporting the stream. Yes, please support the stream. I need it because I need to pay rent and also do videos for you guys because I actually like doing this a lot. So it's like learned helplessness on a macro scale. Define learned helplessness in this sense. Mr. BG. Footnotes to Marks on Instagram uses a lot of Subway Surfers. It does kind of work. I don't know who Footnotes to Marks is, but that's kind of funny. Stav laughing in the background. Oh, Stavros. Poli-sci major, this isn't a new one for me. Yeah, I think everyone, in a micro scale. Justin, go on that. Yeah, it's not a new, I think it's more just like he's trying to perpetuate the idea so it's out to the masses more. And it's put into, like, culturally relevant terms for the time, so I think he's just generally trying to make it accessible. At least that's my interpretation. Oh, Tropical, please tell me you've read Lewis Hyde's Trickster Makes This World. It's my favorite book of all time. I have not. Feel free to, suggest it in the Discord if you want to, because I do really, the thing is that I align very heavily with Trickster archetypes and Trickster heroes, so if you're saying that there's a book that, that feels as though, might align with that, I'm all ears, in fact. There's a Discord word, yes. Type !! Discord. Join the Discord, yeah. There's a lot of people yapping on there now. I think there's currently, despite me literally streaming, there's people in voice chat, because I looked and I was like, why are you guys in voice chat right now? But whatever. Accessible, but he's a Gen Xer who was just sad about millennials don't care about jungle music. I hear that Subway Surfers helps the ADHD homies. Does it actually? Happens to all of us. Lurler said exclamation point discount. Thank you, Lurler. You'll ever think about how Black Lotus lumber isn't the ideal structural lumber? John, I think about it constantly. It never leaves my mind. It's in fact a little harrowing. I'm glad. Most poly-sci theory is a mindfuck to read. Trickster with 1,000 faces. Exclamation point Discord. If I scalp my boss and give it to a girl I like and run into the forest to live off the land, is that just me returning to primitivism? I think that's you rejecting modernism. Because you didn't have to do all the scalping of the boss stuff. I didn't say that. China is the land of whimsy. Everywhere is land of whimsy if you believe it. Twinsies. Twinsies! Desolate Mirror said, bruh. Honestly, my favorite online sourced genre of music is jungle soundtracks for imaginary PS2 and GameCubes on YouTube. Really? I'm curious to hear that. My favorite genre is probably like breakcore, but I can't play that here, or else I'm gonna like give everyone some sort of like epilepsy. Seriously, that book will be curlingly good if you enjoy trickster archetypes. He really translates the mythical into reality. Okay, if you know the hymn to Hermes, yes, I do. But he mentions how Hermes chose to smoke the sacrifice over stolen cattle helped me quit drugs. Really? Huh? Interesting. Pseudo Acacia for life. Yep. And there's a link to the Discord. Also, wait, check this out. Either that or like Dungeon Synth, but that's not Dungeon Synth, but that's not about dungeons, about being cozy in a cottage. Ooh, that sounds nice. I do like that. We have a music channel on the Discord as well, so you can link all of that. Moby Dick, but instead of the whale, they're hunting gay Cthulhu. I think you're onto something with that, Justin. Oh, thank you for following the Spelta. Thank you. Do I like metal or any of its subgenres? Yes, of course. The Ender Dragon was involved in 9/11. What? 100% believe the modern trickster would operate in the liminality of cyberspace, TBH. Yes, but presumably you like Hecate too? Yes, of course. But I'm more of the Hermes / Pythian trickster archetype. That's my response to that. There are diamonds hiding in rocks. It's so important I keep eating stones. So true. I need to keep eating all the rocks. I eat rocks every day. Makes my teeth strong. Ah! These sleeves are so long. Wait, hold on, look. Like, this is me fully extending my arm. Like the Jungian archetype? Yes. Yeah, Hermes is the goat. Been meaning to look more into Hermes and Thoth. I can never pronounce it right because I only read it. Such an interesting crossover. Yeah, there's a lot of syncretism between the two, which I think creates a lot of interesting different archetypes as it relates to like the trickster / intellect / communication aspect of him. But yeah, that's my general take. Meh. And my stomach keeps growling. This is why I'm doing this. Meep meep. Did you have a Dark Souls style fight with a homeless man on Danforth and loot him for this outfit? No. This outfit is way too cool for any homeless man. Have you never played Minecraft? What? Folks, it's 3:30 here. Bedtime. As usual, it was a pleasure. Love your channel. Ta. Good night, Alex. Sleep well. Thank you for joining again. And hope to see you next time. Honestly, perhaps I'm getting kind of sleepy myself. And, Your Honor, I didn't give those, I didn't give, I didn't, those people out a million. I'm just living my truth as a trickster. So true. Well, Hermes is basically just saying himself into being part of the Pantheon law. Fanfic became reality. So true. I am too boomery for Minecraft. I hate typing. You have a bedtime. I go to bed whenever. So true. Eat food? I could eat food. That requires me to have food to eat. It's 10 a.m. here in Australia, but I'm glad I caught some of the stream. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you for joining. Here, I'm putting my big glasses back on. I take naps sometimes. Food makes me tired. I sometimes just sleep when I am hungry because I don't have food. Ah, okay, no joke. The Ender hoodie is really cool. Thank you. INT plus 10. Yes. ADHD makes routines harder. Perhaps. But okay. Listen. What's your current read outside of stream stuff? Any genre? Honestly, what I read on stream for the most part is usually what I'm reading in generally like my day to day. Although I've read this stuff before. Gonna get food right now. Live near cool places with PD and poutine. You and I sound like we're living in a similar place. Clark Kent ad glasses. Listen. I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know. I'm really tired and I have no food, so I'm gonna eat some sleep. I think that's what's gonna happen tonight, guys. But, resent you comparing Toronto to Montreal. Uh, Listen. Okay, Montreal poutine is significantly better, but, I still have both nearby. You ever thought about that? Do you practice any occultism? Don't need to answer, of course, but I could peg you for a Thelemite. No, I do not. I'm quite exoteric, actually, which I know is disheartening to most of my audience because they really want me to be like esoteric, but I really like knowing the esotericism, but as it relates to practicing, I'm fairly exoteric. Oh man, my stomach needs to stop growling. What the heck? Secretly Superman? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't, I'll admit it. But okay. It's time for me to eat sleep. Good night.